Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Chaos Brigade. I am your DM for the night, Chris Fire. To my right here, we have Luana, or my left, whatever it is. Luana, who are you playing tonight?
Hi, I'm playing Nick's the Satyr Bard.
And to the top right, we have Jay. Who are you playing?
Heyo, it's JF Harps playing Floof. Kenku. Storm Cleric, that's what it is. I know my character class. It's been a
Above
year.
me to my right, we have Ryan. Who are you playing?
Riker, the Leonin Barbarian. Sorry, my voice is a little deep today. I have a sore throat. I hope it doesn't do anything bad.
You see, this just means that you're doing ASMR, and it's fantastic for everybody
The
involved.
most masculine Riker.
The most
Ever.
masculine Riker.
Riker
the
finally
top
hit
left
Leonin
here-
puberty.
And to the top left here, we have Ben, one of the new players for the group. Ben does D&D.
Hi everyone.
Deal with it.
Ben does D&D. I'm playing Ava. She is a moon druid wood elf.
Ooh, wood elf. All right,
Yeah.
so just to catch everybody up from from the week before last, since we were doing Chaos Brigade every 2 weeks, and in between those 2 weeks, we have one shots in between them now. With that in mind, last time we were in here, our party met Ben. Floof chased chased Ava around the tavern for a hot minute because Ava had wild shaped into a cat. Later on, you all had found out that the kobolds were having a bit of a problem, trying to decapitalize and criminal enterprise. They had one more deal that they had to follow through on before they could go clean officially, which was making a trade and making a sale with the local mob again, which was the country music mob you had dismantled last time, or so you had thought. After finding out the deal was kind of a bunk deal across the board, that it was repainted carriages, not up to specs, a fight broke out. Let's just say y'all massacred. Y'all massacred pretty damn well. Last we had the town master, the old mayor who was heading this up, had been told to walk away. Was walking away until Floof intercepted and got the mayor on his knees and, well, looked a little executioner style. At that point, you all had heard a rustling coming from one of the carriages as Riker had stumbled out of the sleeping quarters, wondering what the fuck had happened. Riker, you just wake up and you see this shipping yard that you all have been a part of. The engine's still running. Bones is currently sitting, leg propped up on the dash, hand on the steering wheel, looks over at you, gives you a little hand signal, and points outside, and you see the massacre, basically, with Floof standing at the center of it with Nyx and a new wood elf friend just standing next to them.
I would like to say, Ava is the one who told him to run. That's all. Keep going.
Yes, Ava told the town master to run.
Ava's not up to code here, you know?
So, what is Riker's reaction to this?
Riker just steps out, looks around, and goes, I'm gonna start this right now because I have a very bad headache. And leave you guys alone for one time. I drink 2, 3, 5 kegs or so of beer. And now you guys have killed everything over here.
Okay.
And then he looks over at the wood elf and goes, "My pleasure to meet you. My name's Riker of the Emerald Lake family. Who are you?"
I'm Ava. Ava Evergreen. I'm sorry. What is happening here? I thought we were trying to get him to leave, and then you do this, Floof. Or what the? Oh,
You haven't.
Hey, listen, and then Tyler the kobold pipes up. Listen, no matter what happens here, whether he either leaves the city or gets, it's a win-win for us. Okay, so Floof, do what you need to do.
So, out
Riker,
of game, I have a
go ahead.
question. Because wasn't our terms for this guy last time? We turned him into an ant and told him to get out of town, correct? That was
Yeah.
the terms. He didn't get out of town, so are we that's all. I just wanted to make sure I was right.
No,
Okay,
those were
he's
the
still
terms.
here.
Those were the terms. He did stay. He didn't think you would all be coming back.
Floof's just gonna go in. I think it was Nyx who made the terms. Floof's just gonna go in Nyx's voice. You get out of town and you don't bother anyone again, and then just points to the guy like, still hoverboard in one hand, knife in the other, ready to.
Well, since it was my command that was given to me by the satyr, it was walk until you die. And then the Leonin had convinced her to change it to leave town. And technically speaking, I did step out of town.
Bonk. Not hard. Not like a damage bonk. Just shut the fuck up. Bonk.
Riker, can we
Granted.
kill him now?
Oh.
Right.
I did your
It
way.
took,
It didn't.
it took 30
didn't
seconds into a
work.
session to go into murder mode.
Wait,
prefer to preserve life rather than end it.
Riker looks
Maybe
at
some
Ava.
rewording.
Riker
Leave
looks at
town
Ava.
Could we-
permanently. Just the one extra word that fixes everything, right?
different wording.
Riker does look at Ava and says, "Finally, we met somebody with a moral compass." And looks back at
Thank
Nixon.
you.
Looks back at Nixon Floof
Okay.
and just goes, "Well, you've seen the damage that Floof has already done here."
I would like to say there is a pile of ash that has some skeleton bones in it, which
So
I technically
Ava-
bring back to life. Sorry, go ahead.
Ava asked for different wording. So, could we send him to another life?
What?
We
Riker looks at Ava and goes, "They want to
Afterlife,
kill
it's
him.
still
They want to
alive.
kill him."
isn't
Yeah,
it?
they want to. No. That's the same thing. Sending him to another life. That's
Yep.
just
Listen,
killing him with extra steps.
listen, Nix.
uh.
Just tell him to go again.
Floof's
But
gonna
last
just.
time you got angry at me because you said they're like, no, that's not nice to like him walk until his feet fall off. But now you're saying go away again, and then he's not gonna do the same thing again.
Leave
Flo-
town permanently.
Floof's
Exactly.
gonna
Exactly.
grab him by the hair. He has hair, right?
Very thinning, kind of like it looks
Yeah.
like a comb over, but as you grab it, you see that it definitely is a comb over, and you kind of like lift it up a little bit.
Floof just lifts it up a little bit and kind of shakes his head, just goes, "Tell me something, boy. How many people have you killed in your lifetime?"
How many have I actively killed? Like, have I stabbed in the throat and murdered as you have done?
He's asking how many people
0.
you've killed that you have your hand in some way or another.
How involved
Association.
Do we want to be?
Shake, shake,
How
shake,
involved do we
shake.
want it? How involved do we want it to be? Because if, by example, I happen to evict somebody from a home which they were squatting in illegally and they die on the street, am I involved in that murder? Or
Yes, housing should be free. Bonk.
okay, we don't want to go into a number now. If those are the terms, then it's a high number that we don't want to go into.
Riker, that is so much more than all of us combined.
Wait, how many people, darling, have you personally ordered somebody to kill?
I have simply made suggestions of who should. If somebody had disappeared, then business would be fine.
Riker, I'm about to suggest my foot up his ass.
Riker
Who
Riker
looks at your satyr feet?
Floof pushes him on his hands and knees.
No,
It's gonna be a strength contest real quick, because he's going to try to fight against that.
He technically isn't a held person.
You're right.
True,
You're right. So
true.
yeah, he just like falls over at that point. He's like very like plank, what do you call it, plank status, like just on the ground.
Floof motions to Nyx and the man's ass.
Riker, could I? Okay. I go to the mayor. And
Yes, kind satyr.
may I have your name?
You already did that before.
Yeah, but then I had me. Riker told me to leave for you.
Give
After
her your
I sent you.
name, or Floof will have his way with you.
May I have your name? I slap him. Taking too long.
He's like questioning at this point. Which is more worth it? Which he's like internal monologue thinking. Which is more worth it? Giving the name to a fae, or being left alone with a fucking bird?
Floof's gonna step on the hoverboard after she slaps him and hover it above him, and then like act like he's about to dive on the guy from the now like Nyx's
Oh,
face
no.
level.
We have time. We have quite a bit of time.
Do you want
Ri-
the given
Riker
name or
just
the
ca-
name I've chosen?
I want your name.
My name, okay. The name is Reginald Godfrey.
Do I did I get it?
You actively get a different colored card from last time, and it's more of a metallic color card versus a dull, like, instead of it being like a dull brass color, it's more of like a silver color this time.
Do I know what that
Higher
means?
rarity.
You
I'm gonna
don't
type it.
actually know. You actually don't know what that means, like, you as yourself, because this is the first time this has happened yourself. You know, last time you got the name of like last time you got the name of the demon, it was a kind of like a muted red card.
Can I check with the card of the Fae? Like the actual like Fae being that I got?
Yeah, once you get the actual Fae being card, since it was a article of thanks, it's more of like it's still like the same silver color, and it's a very high contrast one.
It's holographic, look.
Shiny.
You're able to kind of discern from yourself and like your experiences with this that it's more of this is more, the more truthful and the more powerful the card is, the more shiny / holographic it would be. Kind of like an actual magic card.
That's so cool. All right.
You could kind of justify this one as more of like a rare versus like a common, but not yet a mythic.
That's so
Hey,
cool. Okay.
yo.
I look at Riker and I'm like, okay. Could we make a deal, Riker, that whenever, like, not a fake deal, just like a kind of like a friendly buddy deal. I tell him to get out, but I can still keep his card. For insurance purposes, like I wanted to do it last time. Yes?
Riker looks at Nyx and goes, "You can do that. I think that's, especially since they broke our last deal, I see that would be reasonable. But I think we should send him to the Demogorgon cave and have him clean that up as his punishment, as well as not to be let back into town."
That is a
Ooh.
wonderful idea. Or we could even give him to the Fae. Remember how he wanted some extra hands?
No.
Stab.
No.
That's indefinite slavery.
I just watching Ben's reaction to all of this.
This is just Ava's face the whole time. It's just like she's pale, but then she just goes even more.
Riker looks at Ava and just goes, "Don't worry, the Demogorgon's dead. He's just going to be cleaning up everything the Demogorgon left behind. It won't get him
I
killed."
killed him
Riker
twice.
did kill
Oh.
the Demogorgon, yes.
Right. You guys have
Terribly
done a
sorry that
lot.
this was your introduction to us.
Damn.
Yeah.
What?
You can see that they tend to get a little carried away without me.
Yeah,
Okay,
Floof
that
chased me
is-
around the tavern for a decent amount of time. I turned
Riker-
into a cat, and then he chased me around the. Yeah, yep. He
As
just chased me around the
as
tavern for a bit,
as
bit
Nyx
chaotic.
as Nyx does the well, and Riker just looks at Nyx and then points towards the massacre behind.
It's only 2 dead body. No, 1. The other guy ran away.
We were defending ourselves. They
Okay,
attacked
you
first.
might have ran away. That just means that the body's not there, and there's still a trail of blood leading places.
That's fair. That's valid.
There's
So,
just like a trail of blood leading out. You're like, I don't know what the fuck happened.
I can't
Chat
even
didn't help us vote on if we should kill the guy. I'm
I
kinda
can't
offended.
even express how annoyed that they are here, and points to the 3 kobolds.
You literally see Kyle like scooping up diamonds that was supposed to be payment into like a bag again, like just scooping them up.
Something always goes wrong when they're around.
Hey, that is not entirely true. Only sometimes.
Who said that?
Tyler.
Riker looks at Tyler and says, "Do you want me to punch you again?"
Please no.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure you gave Kyle brain damage last time you did that.
Poor
okay.
thing.
So we'll tell him to clean up the Demogorgons.
And that he can never return to town.
Yes, very important. Very well. I Floof, come here. And like I press Floof to like a recorder button kind of thing, like to like remember where the location of the Demogorgon cave was. Like I like hit him like
Floof will start like reciting whoever gave us the quest.
Yeah, he gives you like gives you
Outside
the
of-
information of outside of Etopresnia, there's a cave which was what do you call it, kind of like a disposal
Turn
cave.
right at the werewolf corpse.
Yes. Yes. Turn-
Right after you get to the sunken ship filled with human blood. Trust me, I tasted it.
Oh.
To the Archface castle.
Okay, past the archway class. Okay. Outside of come on, it's hard.
Etropresnia.
You know, you guys should really get that word translated sometime. Like, I can't even say it.
I agree. Etropesnia. Outside of that
Very good.
town, there's cute. Outside of that town, there's there's a cave. Not the one with the sunken ship. Another one. That one has a demagogue in it.
Big tree?
Uh, you will find the demagogue and take it for yourself, and you're never gonna ever come back here ever again, or your balls will fall off.
Oh. That's
I'm
Riker just
shaking the-
smirks and
I'm
is like, I didn't even say that line.
I'm
You know,
shaking the cock.
I don't think I can fight too much against that. Okay, I guess I'm walking out of here and can't ever come back.
Yes, go find the kid.
I mean, you could.
They'll just
I
be
mean-
castrated.
Like
Not
me.
looking for that. Looks over at Floof. I don't even want to know how that would work for a bird. I can't leave unless you release this hold person on me, and I will gladly
Oh.
go.
Wait,
That's my hold person, and I'm pretty sure hold person only lasts like a minute.
Yeah.
it was all in your head.
Right? Let me make sure.
This entire conversation's only been like a minute long. Like, it's been a very
Oh,
fast
alright.
paced, like back and forth.
Okie dokie.
Yeah, it only lasts a minute, so he's good.
So right around this time, you let it go, and like that's right around the time the minute would let up, and he just like stands up, brushes
I leg
himself
drop him.
off. He brushes
Just off
his...
the hoverboard. Leg drop.
He stops, stands back up, dusts off his suit, and kind of walks towards the exit. It was good seeing you four again. Looks down at the kobold and the Kenku. Less so you, points to Floof. Even less so you two, points to Riker and Nyx. Pleasure to meet you. Looks at Ava. Let's hope this doesn't meet again.
Well, I mean, I don't plan on going to a Demogorgon cave anytime soon, so
Yeah.
you know, you should probably go before your balls fall off.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. And he just
And I
starts
mean that in all
walking away.
seriousness. Fey deals are not anything to mess with. It's really bad. You should really go. I'm worried. I'm worried for your balls.
For your balls.
Is there a quotes channel we can put that in somewhere?
Oh my god! Oh my god! Okay. Oh my god!
I'm worried for your balls.
I had to give it to the chaos at some point, guys.
Welcome to the campaign, Ben.
Listen. You have officially hit the rite of passage. You've been worried for something completely outside of your control.
After the guy leaves, Floof is just like looking because the hoverboard was up in the air and he
Yeah.
jumped off of it. So now Floof's like,
How far up in the air is?
It's
I'm
like
6
5
foot.
foot.
it was like eye level with you.
So it's like 5 foot up, just like at Nyx's level, and she's able to just like lower it down. Well, well, that was fantastic. Thank you for dealing with that problem once more. We're gonna take our carriages and the horses, and we're gonna go. And we're gonna go and not be evil capitalist overlords, right, Nyx?
Right.
Okay,
That
so
is
just for clarification, no payday loans, no exploitation, no mortgages, no 29.9% interest rates, and question, how do we feel about scalping things?
No.
Fine,
Absolutely
okay,
not.
fine.
And you're
My
gonna
PS5.
give good health benefits to your employees. Good health benefits.
$5 above minimum wage.
And then teeth stuff and health insurance. Yes, dental. That's the word.
At this point, Tyler's like writing down like in a notebook, like Okay, yeah, I think I can work with most of
Yes.
that. Okay, we're gonna figure this out.
Free housing for the homeless.
Excuse me. Okay, we're not made of money. I still have to mine crystals.
I
Then you
believe it.
literally see Kyle just pop up like, I mean, we could do the housing thing for our employees. That's entirely within our budget. All those buildings that you bought, it could work about. Shut up, Tyler. Or shut up, Kyle. It's fine.
I love Kyle. Good idea, Kyle. You
I
should
think
listen
I
to Kyle
right
more
it.
often.
I think I
Ava
corrected
just
Kyle's
shakes her head.
brain by punching it so hard.
It's like, you know what? Living in the forest was so much easier. You guys have so many weird things to worry about here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we used to just
Tell
stay
me
in a
about
cave,
it.
but then people found our cave, and then Riker punched us, and we had to leave.
I'm sorry,
Well,
what?
We weren't evicting them. They
They
skipped a
were
lot of
raiding.
things.
They were raiding merchants.
You
Yeah,
carriages.
caved the
raiding-
very thing you swore to destroy.
Raiding, convoys, stealing. These are things that you introduced to us, okay? We just called it obtaining resources.
No, we did not. We told you to trade your gold and minerals for things.
And we did.
Stop
Really
eating
fucking
rocks!
well. We did that really fucking well.
Exactly. So now go and be good.
Okay.
I believe in you all.
Okay,
Not a
yeah.
great idea.
Oh,
Make an insight check
in a-
to
in
see
a-
if they're gonna do any of this shit.
You can.
Well,
So
right, but in any case.
so like Kyle and the other kobold jump into like one of the carriages and like, yeah. And Tyler's like, okay, fine, we'll do good. We'll try to do good, and starts walking away, jumps into the other one, and starts going. What was your insight check?
Insight is up with 14 plus 8.
Oh.
So
You definitely
22.
see. Oh my god! With a 22, you definitely see that Tyler has definitely. He's more scared of Nyx than he likes profits. He's questioning how he can do this still, but you're like, you can't tell if he's going to absolutely follow through with it to like the T and to perfectly good morals, but you get the feeling he values his life a lot.
just as they're kind of like looking at the group, if they look over in Ava's direction, just seeing a little bit of the like unsurety and possibly not following through with it, her eyes will just like flash white for a moment, just a bit of a sparkle. Face doesn't change; still got a little bit of a smile, just gives a bit of a wave.
Oh.
But
So whenever
just
you
a
do
little
that, Tyler does
flash.
notice.
That's it.
Whenever Tyler does notice, the other two don't. Tyler looks by and he goes, continues on.
Bye.
Riker does the signature. Two fingers on his nose.
What's
Just
that thing?
Dad side.
So,
Okay.
Riker, was it? I guess this is a regular occurrence, or at least something like this.
Rather.
Yep.
Well, not well.
Nyx, it is. The very first time I met you, you created a riot in a city and nearly burned it to the ground.
Hey, cat.
We haven't talked to her about that yet, Riker. Oh, I
Riker
think
looks
so.
over and says, Ava, are you sure you want to travel with us?
We're nice.
Have you guys committed any serious atrocities against wildlife?
Oh, yeah.
Riker like looks
Wait,
up.
wait.
Riker looks up and then
The
looks over
forest.
at Floof and Nyx. Have you?
Are werewolves wildlife?
Yes.
No.
Insight.
Well-
Actually, my passive is 18. Do I even need to roll?
Let me roll deception.
Roll deception. Do it.
Roll it.
Okay. I'll
Well,
roll
we
against you.
befriended one. One is so very much
Is that
okay.
17.
17. Okay, my passive gets that.
So you definitely get the feeling like with that insight you can tell with the werewolf comment, He's lying through his little one tooth.
Were they
Attacking
threatening your
us.
life?
Yes.
Yes.
Castrated him.
Okay.
They would have
Alright,
never
that's-
So
Defending
this,
yourself is one thing. That. So
So
you guys
it-
just seem to just
Healed,
have a thing
healed,
for just
healed,
doing
healed.
things to.
well,
Never
no,
mind.
this
You
is
know.
this is what happened. So like we were going to go to this town, and then these things that
Uh-huh.
come and attacked us, and then like, we were
Uh-huh.
defending ourselves, and the way Cliff killed them
Uh-huh.
is that they castrated them, and then everything just. But the other one was safe. The other one we actually are friends with. He works at a cemetery, and I
Just-
actually visited there. I got hands from the cemetery.
You could have just get them away, or at worst, put them down peacefully.
I mean,
It
that
was
was
quite peacefully.
that was gonna be my plan. Looks over at
But-
Floof.
Floof
That
is
was
just
gonna
like
be
staring at a
peacefully,
non-existent
but-
butterfly while
but-
his eyes go
Riker
into
Riker looks at Ava and says, "You don't have to worry about Nyx doing anything to the wildlife. Floof, you
Yes.
kind of have to keep a little bit of a close eye on, but
If it
he's not
helps-
gonna do something that bad unless we let him alone too long."
if it helps balance out the
Right.
scale, me and Riker actually did befriend a leopard. I befriended a
Oh.
leopard. I even petted it. It was
Oh,
quite
you did?
dirty. Yes, and then, so I cleaned it with
After I
perfect
tied it up
dedication.
because it was trying to kill us.
It was very scary. Leopards are very scary.
I mean,
Very
it
much so.
can. Listen.
It was the
listen.
first time I saw a leopard. I
Looks-
didn't even know what it
Riker
was.
looks
If
at Nyx,
any
he said
animal
leopards
tries
are
to
really
attack you,
scary.
it's because you are threatening upon its space. All right,
It
unless
was
it's
in a house. It was an abandoned house. Have you seen the play Tarzan? It was just like the beginning scene.
the what now?
The play
Oh!
Tarzan. Yeah, with the
Oh, is that the
gorillas.
one where the human man comes into the forest? That one was very weird to me.
I can
Fox
imagine.
gorillas.
But
Bitty folk, am I right?
but it was the beginning. It was just like the beginning scene where when they were like showing the tree house with the leopard kid getting the baby. It was
I'm
just like
loving
that. It was
Nyx
spooky.
here I'm loving Nyx here try to explain the concept of Tarzan as a play to three people who have never
You
experienced
ever heard
Tarzan
the
as a
ballad
play.
of Tarzan? It is one that the elves would never
okay.
tell you.
In my mind, right? Because there's I assume there's no movies and stuff like that. Every single movie, every single piece of media that's a movie, I imagine it's a play.
I mean, there's
Plane
there's
wars.
artificers out there.
Right. They can do the cruise
Ava,
stuff for the
Ava
place.
just pulls out her iPhone and starts scrolling TikTok. What happened
Oh
to this
my
video?
Vanessa.
God.
Oh, never mind.
Just-
Talking to
Sorry, what were we talking about?
So yeah,
Oh my
so
God.
but I had no idea what what he actually looked like in real life because I'm not from here. And then Rock was like, "Oh yeah, no, it's just a kitty cat," and I was like, "What's weirder than a kitty cat?"
Okay. Well, that might have been where you'd gone wrong. Then it may have felt a little spooked by
Yes,
your enthusiasm,
but
to which
then
it tried to defend its territory. So if it was aggressive, that was your fault.
oh, I see.
It's not. I mean,
In
you
all
didn't know,
fairness,
so it's fine. Sorry, that
I-
came off a
I
little
think-
blunt, but it's just true. Okay, I don't like it when people just assume that animals are aggressive for no reason, and they just it's just paint them as the horrible creatures when they all do what they do for reasons.
I
Yes,
mean, dogs are
think
like
No.
that.
Floof's gonna go ahead.
I think it smelled the goat part to me, and it was like, "Ooh, food."
Mm,
Floof's gonna like
Oh my
Maybe.
slowly hover over to Riker and just lean in and go, vegetarians.
Riker is just like. He's just not.
Floof just hovers up and just leans on his shoulder, just keeps going.
Okay.
He's right.
wow.
Floof is right.
Oh my God. Riker. So at this time, oh my God, you after you've come out and you've seen this and everything, you have the dawned realization that your bag is now full because before you went drinking, you had went shopping and you went supply hopping for your new incoming trip to the Emerald Lake Isle, to the Emerald Lakes.
Oh my god.
Oh. So
Giving
what would
me
you have?
Riker's daddy.
So what would you have picked up for that? And would you want to brief anybody on anything to keep in mind? How would you go about prepping for that?
It's basically just rations, firewood and stuff, because getting there most of the way is just basically just plains, so there's no like.
And we have a car.
Yeah, we have a car, and there's not really any trees or anything on the plains before you hit the lakes, so he's just like got firewood and stuff. It's like
Does our
right
car
down
have a
camp.
James Bond boat mode?
Also-
You've never experienced.
What was that?
The Emerald Lakes.
I don't
The
know.
Emerald Lakes. The Emerald Lakes are basically like
don't
these
know.
giant lakes that are kind of crudely in the shape of a lion's paw. Just like, and we've got
Cow beans.
basically towns and stuff all around all the lakes.
Toby.
Also,
Oh,
that's
Riker, you
basically-
might notice a familiar belt around Nix's waist.
Oh.
Riker looks at Nyx. He took it again.
Well, I was gonna give it back to you whenever you.
You can
How was
hold on
it?
to it. Just
Floof
hold on
angrily
to it.
points to himself.
But if we see my friend again and he still wants it,
Yeah.
you
No,
agree to give it over.
I pinky promise. I do want something like this because I quite enjoy having like the possibility to go to a Brigade every single day. That seems quite
Credit
fun.
for my steal.
The pinkiest of pinky promises.
Yes, the
Riker
pinky promise.
holds up their pinky, which is about the size of your hand.
Just shake the pinky.
Exactly.
It's like those movies where the little kid grabs
Yeah,
the
it's just-
two fingers.
Yeah. Oh.
So we're
Oh
gonna
my
meet your
God.
family, Riker?
Milfs.
Riker immediately looks at Nyx and just goes, probably.
Oh my goodness, I get to meet your parents!
Riker's just like,
Oh no.
this is the rubbing his temples. He's just like, this is going to be terrible.
This is gonna be amazing.
Oh my god, Riker, you missed
This is
it.
pod racing.
Whenever you were asleep because you got too drunk, Ava talked to Riot.
Actually,
mean-
that's something I never checked. I never checked that was actually his name. You named him Riot, right?
Yes, because I didn't have a name for him for a very long time.
Well, I
And
he
then
probably
whenever
has
something-
his own name.
Oh my
I
goodness, I
should-
didn't even
I
think of
should've-
that. I put him on the back.
Ugh.
Floof licks
Like,
lips.
not, I don't hurt him. I just like very quickly put him on the back.
Just like,
Yeah, Riot's literally just sitting there, just like arms out, like being held beneath like the arms by Nyx, just like tail kind of like swaying back and forth.
it's like, do you really
staring
want
at
me to
the
ask
tail.
him now? Because I'll have to recast the spell. and
Oh,
take-
sorry. No, that's okay.
Well, you know what? Actually, we can do it as we walk. If I take a little bit of time, it won't cost as much energy. Let's just walk and talk. Yeah.
I think we have a lot of time until we get to Riker's helm. Yes?
Out of character, absolutely. You have a while.
Riker says,
Like,
yes,
at least 3
but in no
hours.
way, not enough time.
Yeah, no, there's gonna be. This is a like
he's
week.
just like, it's still not enough time.
with
Also, isn't it
with
night right
horse-drawn
now?
carriage, it is night right now. With a horse-drawn carriage, it is like a 2-week journey from where
With the
you
Hell
guys are
Rider.
currently at.
What
Yeah.
with,
The Hell
with, a,
Rider?
with a Mad Max Hell monster truck?
With a Mad Max Hell Rider monster truck type thing, with Bones being able to drive, it will take like a week. Okay, like you're cutting down driving time in half.
Let's go.
At
Let's
least 3
go.
hours.
At least 3
Meanwhile, 4 of
hours.
those days will just be constant plains. That's why he got firewood.
Ooh. It's grass. I like eating grass.
It is gonna be a fantastic.
I point to my
time.
goat self. That's Cyber's confused face. And I just
Well, no, Ava just has like a moment of like, what? Fair enough.
Oh my god.
I look, it's like, I'm basically a lion, but I don't enjoy eating raw meat.
Fair enough. I have trail mix. What's up?
Floof
Riker looks
slowly
at
hovers
it.
over towards it.
Riker looks at it. Wait, you guys said that the chicken that there was a whole bunch of decapitated chickens all around? Are they still there?
There is
No, that was
chicken
at the
heads.
bar. That was at the
Oh,
That was
tavern.
at the
Okay.
that was at the bar. That was at the tavern, and that was in a suitcase that the kobolds were carrying around.
Bones does have a chicken skeleton sitting on his shoulder, though.
Yes.
Oh, that's adorable.
Oh.
So yeah, as you guys kind of finish wrapping up your post massacre, post mob deal.
Okay, if it's
ordeals,
one dead guy, is it really a massacre?
That's an
considering
accident.
There's
considering
blood.
the acts
There's
of
blood.
violence that were committed against this one person, yes.
It was just a level 3 inflict wounds that I rolled
hit me
2 10s
first.
on.
Self-defense.
it is a stay in your ground. It is a stay in your ground city. Okay, I know my rights. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
So yeah, you all get back into the Hellrider and you start driving back to where are y'all going back to your kind of hotel room by the 3.5 kobolds building?
I mean,
or-
if we have all our
3
stuff,
rooms there.
Yeah.
if we have all our stuff, there's space to sleep in the Hellrider. We could just fucking go.
all right. So,
Especially with the undead guy who doesn't need food or sleep driving.
It was no longer
That's fair.
technically under your control, but is a good friend.
Correct.
Do we have GPS? Riker, put on the coordinates for your house so you can get the fantasy GPS.
Bones just like leans over like with a face like you can see like this expressionless bone face kind of like
Riker just looks at Bones and just goes north.
Sounds good to me.
he just like unfolds on like a continental map of like the next like 500 miles and he's like
Can I-
pointing,
can
like,
I-
towards-
Riker
I
just
help
points on it. North. No, he doesn't even point where it is. He just points at the compass. The end on the compass is north.
Bones just like looks at it, closes it, and just
Don't worry, Bones. I don't really need to sleep, so I can help navigate if you need. Okay.
Floof like grabs you and throws you into the gunner seat
Okay.
Already.
as Floof
Okay.
takes shotgun.
Speed.
Oh,
All
I
right, so
see.
you start traveling up north to the Emerald Lakes. My God, okay.
Yay!
Riker's
I love
dad has got us going
I
mad.
I take
He's
10 minutes to
furry
ritually
and
cast
he's
Speak with
real
Animals.
bad.
Yes!
Okay, so we're gonna take this at a couple steps at a time. So first up is your speak with animals. With your
Yeah.
speak with animals, you talk to Riot, and Riot just kind of like sits up and like starts looking around.
Hey, little
we're-
guy.
So we're doing this now again, right? We're good. We're talking about
Yeah.
this again.
Yeah. You can.
What's up, what's up?
I
What can I
can.
do for you?
I can hear. What I? Very rude of me not to ask. Last time, a lot was going on. What is your actual name? I know they all call you Riot. Is that your actual name, or do you have?
You know, at this point, my previous name is so detached from like what my life is at this point. I feel like Riot is like the most sentient name that works at this point in time. This fits my life in a much more fitting and true way, especially considering all I've lived through. Literally, as Riot's going into this long, in-depth explanation of its name and how Riot feels about the name, Nyx all you hear is
It's just as hard as like super like she's so intrigued by this. She's just like, what is he? What is he?
So honestly, and to end it all, I think Riot's a very fitting name for myself at this point. I really enjoy it, and you know, I like it. I think we should stick with it.
Does he like that name?
I turn and look at Nyx and go, yeah, he likes the name. It just he's kind of
like Riot.
okay. Yeah, he's kind of forgotten what his name used to be honest. You've called him that so many times. But he likes it. He likes it, so it works. You know?
I'm sorry, I didn't ask your name right, and I can't understand you.
As Riot's like as you're like hugging Riot, you feel Riot's tail just like wrap itself around your like arm and like squeeze a little tighter.
Aww.
What a lad.
Looks over at Floof in the gunner seat, and Ava, you notice this, but Floof just like looks over at Floof and
Floof just corner the eye. For like 2 seconds, Floof's eyes go straight and makes dead eye contact with Riot, licks his lips, and you hear doo-doo-doo, wah, wah, wah. Then just goes back to the gunner seat.
Love that.
The
Floof
Floof
and
Riot
Riot
rivalry
got-
for life.
If Floof and Riot got in a fight, Riot would win unless it was prison rules. Then Floof
Unless
would
it was prison rules.
Hey, if a chicken can eat a fucking mole full send, gulp whole, I think Floof could eat Riot. That's all. That's all I'm saying.
It's part of prison rules, though.
Floof be like, you've activated my flight or flight response, but I.
A flightless bird. I didn't use that audio for Floof.
Oh, yeah, so you guys start traveling at that point. You are all in the Hell Rider, and after that conversation, it's all pretty silent for a hot minute. You're able to travel for a good day or so. So all of you
Long
take a
rest,
long
let's go.
All
I
of you
am the
take a long
radio.
rest. Yes, Nix, you are just playing music this entire time. You are every accompaniment of musical tracks possible, assuming they're all in violin.
Wait, hold on. Violin? I have a lot of it. Actually, I have a
Oh.
lot of.
Floof is backup track. Just
I have a
opens his
drum.
mouth.
I have a
Wait.
drum. I have violin. I have
Floof
What
has a
else?
trumpet you can borrow.
I feel like at one point, like in one of the evenings or something, Bones is just driving and it's just that clip. I don't know what it's from, but it's it's that movie where they're all driving on the highway and they're all singing along to Dancing in the Moonlight. It's just Bones just like
Everybody's feeling.
And
thought
as
it
that's
was-
happening, as that happens, just like as you're doing that, a single shining moonlight hits the passenger cab and just like illuminates the room.
I also have a horn.
Oh my god!
What instrument do I have? Because I know I have one that you borrowed
Love
because
it.
Floof can't actually use it.
But yeah, just playing, drumming as well, like keeping a beat with my hubs.
yeah.
And I'm like, and now the weather with Riker.
Riker looks, because Riker currently is just carving stuff with his woodcarver's tools, just like to pass the time. He looks outside. He's like, it's dark.
Riker, go ahead and do me a performance check on that wood carving real quick. What would you be carving at this point?
Just, I guess you'll a little wood carving of the Hell Rider. Why not?
Very nice.
He's
very
got
nice.
proficiency in wood carving tools.
Yeah, so go ahead and roll that with proficiency. What's up, Floof?
I'll wait till he's done.
Let me.
Oh my god, I have this guy's kid. I know what I'm gonna do.
10 plus 3 plus Dex.
Yep, with Dex.
14 then.
I love it. So with that, oh my god, yeah, with that, you're able to carve a pretty decent recreation of the Hell Rider, especially like an interior. You're able to like get your knife in there and like get a pretty detailed interior. The exterior is not as detailed overall because you haven't like spent enough time examining that. But the interior is damn spot on, just considering like you're sitting in there staring at every nook and cranny.
At some point after it like gets quiet, and Floof's just gonna get up, kind of look around, and pull out the rope in his backpack, tie it around his waist, kind of try to sneak kind of to the back, tie it to the bumper, and then jump out with the hoverboard, go lemurs, and just start along the plains.
Nix, you're the one that's gonna point this out. So Nix, please give me a perception check. Or what's your passive?
My passive is 20.
Let me do a stealth. Let me do a
Yeah.
stealth. Hang on.
Floof, do a stealth on
Passive
that.
18.
Oh, I rolled a 2. That's a 10.
Everyone knows.
So everybody notices Floof just like tying off a rope, but you see Floof holding his hoverboard with it.
Floof.
Floof, that seems extremely dangerous. I wouldn't do that. That could be very bad for your health.
Bonk, bonk.
Riker
Not
doesn't
like
say
Floof
anything,
knocks
he
on his
just
head and you
watches
just hear metallic clank.
Ting,
Oh,
ting,
yeah.
ting.
Sometimes I forget you're not organic.
him.
And Floof just starts flying alongside the hoverboard, just like.
Riker
On
leans
the
in next to
hoverboard?
Nix and says, "If he falls off, we're leaving the hoverboard behind."
Well, I said I was gonna fix it. I said I was gonna fix it.
At that
Floof's
moment,
like trying to pull himself back in as you call him.
Floof, at that moment, as Nick says, I was gonna fix it. I was gonna fix it, and Floof starts like pulling themselves back in. Roll me a dexterity save.
Oh,
Dex
no.
save? Alright.
Dex save.
Oh no.
Let's go 15. Right. I don't have all the buffs to that. Oh, wait.
Ooh.
Yeah, no. 15.
A 15 with a 15 dex save. As you are riding alongside the as you're riding alongside the Hell Rider, you feel a single crack as a rock lurches up and underneath the Hell Rider and hits the underside of the hoverboard. Doesn't break it, but launches you forward.
Floof just starts flapping his arms.
The hoverboard is now just like flailing alongside as Floof just like lands inside the
That scene
the
from
hoverboard.
Rio. Where he
And the hoverboard just like crashes inside with you. With that, you end up taking a D4 of falling damage for 3 damage total.
Bet Floof does
As
not
you just,
care.
Crash inside the Hell Rider, and the hoverboard like lands onto you. And it's still floating, but it's upside down, so it's like floating into you on the ground.
Lemurs.
It just like flinches, just like, oh, are you okay?
Floof just gets up
Riker
and
doesn't
unties the
even-
rope from the bumper and rolls it back in so he doesn't lose it.
He just doesn't even react. He's just like,
Checks to make sure the singular tooth is still there.
It is
Healing wood.
still there. It is
I
not.
like
It
to
is
think
just
that
as
the
loose as it
tooth
was
is
before.
super glued to his
Ben
beak
cure
because
wounds
he
you, by
just
the way.
wanted the tooth.
Healing woods.
No, healing
How
word.
much? Sorry.
Healing wood. 1d4 plus 5. So
either way, I'm full.
Because you'd be at full.
Yeah,
So
Floof, the tooth is still as loose as it was before, so
Got it.
super glued in.
I'm just gonna, at this point, as like they're dealing with that, I'm just gonna turn to Riker and be like, "Is Floof all there?"
Oh, absolutely not.
Huh.
Sometimes
Okay.
I don't think
Floof has a
anything's
20
there.
in wisdom.
That doesn't mean you're all there.
Floof's 20
Wait,
in
what's-
wisdom is only equal to Floof's 5 in intelligence.
Floof's brain size.
Wait, what is your intelligence?
unfortunately, Flu has the
Plus
highest
2.
intelligence out of the party
Plus
between me and
2.
Riker.
Plus 2
Yeah,
intelligence,
it's a-
plus 5
okay.
wisdom.
Okay.
Riker's a barbarian, but he does have average intelligence.
So-
There's that tiny. Okay, so I have I have a like circle of intellect. There's that part of me that's like, what if we gave Floof the helm of intellect? What would happen?
Oh my god.
It's tempting.
He would see through Simon's face.
Things might
Good
happen.
time.
You don't know. It's never done it before. Nobody's ever thought about that before.
So when
I
another
would
like
make that suggestion. I'd be like, if Floof would be okay with it, do you want to try that? I mean, it might be interesting to see. At least we got some time to kill.
Floof
only if
holds
Floof
up a
wants to.
finger. Floof holds up a finger, points to the hoverboard first, and then brings it to Nyx.
Okay.
And then sits crisscross applesauce and just stares at it.
Nyx, you can see like Nyx had like her disguise kit open with like all the hair dyes and like the hair scissors open and like her hair was like in a ponytail ready to be chopped off. And it's just like, right, okay. So I have mending.
yes.
Is it gonna take the magic off of the skateboard?
Mending would not destroy the magic whatsoever.
Okay. So I put it all together. I'm like, okay, Floof, this is the first time I'm using this magic. Okay. Just put it together.
So as you put it together, you see there's this kind of like tendriling electricity kind of going across it, but it's a instead of kind of just like following the path of least resistance, it follows to the path that there would be the most resistance to the breaks in the board, and you see it kind of go in between it and starts latching together, and it starts healing about like an inch at a time as it like starts closing up some of the smaller cracks up front. And eventually after doing it and after doing mending a couple times, it eventually closes some of the main gaps where they're at least bridged together by material. It's not completely closed up, but it is not held together by stickers and all the board tape.
Floof immediately starts. Floof gives Nyx a hug. It doesn't like get any buffs for being fixed, does it? It's still
It does
normal.
not.
Okay. And Floof's just gonna just are yanking all the ugly stickers off.
You what do you call it? You you pull a blink spell level 2 sticker off. You pull a Panic at the Tavern off.
My alchemic fucking relationship.
You pull the alchemical relationship sticker off, and you see, like, from the ones that you've pulled off, there are now, like, it looks kind of like fractals, almost like whenever you have, like, metal and it expand, or what do you call it, and it melts due to heat, and it kind of has, like, the fractals of it, what do you call it, expanding, kind of like bismuth. There's kind of like those connecting in between these little seams, and they're locking in place now. It doesn't seem super it doesn't seem super strong, but it does seem stronger than just stickers and board tape.
Floof can now put his own design on the bottom of the hoverboard. Let's go!
Hell
Okay.
yeah.
And
I give
then,
it to Floof, and I go back to messing with my hair.
and then Floof will turn and look at you and just kind of point to the tiara and just shrug.
Point to the what?
The intelligence
Helmet
thingy.
intellect.
The circlet. Yeah.
Oh,
Like, okay.
Floof, if you. Oh, I thought you were talking to me. So sorry. Go ahead.
Do you want to try this, Floof? Okay. Take it off and I place it on Floof's head.
As you place it on Floof, it gives you a 19 in intelligence, correct?
It does.
Floof, your intelligence jumps up to a 19. You now have basically superhuman Holmesian level logic going through your brain, combined with your wisdom. How does this make Floof feel? Because you all of a sudden seem to have every answer that you've been like thinking about, but like you've not been able to like put these pieces together. Like, I wonder why, if I eat something, it stays in my mouth.
You see Floof's eyes kind of fully straighten, and Floof kind of stands up straight and starts carrying himself very like regally. And Floof like starts rummaging through his bag, doesn't find what he's looking for. Rummages through a bunch of other stuff. Does Nyx have any art supplies?
Oh yeah.
Ton of
And
them.
Floof just starts like grabs like a pen and some paper and just starts drawing really, really fast.
Oh my god,
Um,
is this scene from Detroit Become Human? Oh my
Oh my
Um,
god.
Oh my god.
And so what Floof draws before you is Floof draws like his head with like the metal plate that you all know is there, and then crosses it out like and just writes "not important" and points to it. And then Floof draws like a cliff with like a tiny little dot flying off and writes "me," and then draws arrows up, like instead of falling, they're going up. It just draws writes next to it "need," and then starts like looking like it's kind of hurting to like have this much brain power in this tiny body. It just yanks the circlet off and gives it back.
Oh. Wow.
And then the eyes just back. He's just like
That was something. Wow.
starts to chew on the paper.
Oh no! Don't eat that! Don't
No,
don't
don't
eat
eat
that!
it.
Don't eat that. Just gonna look at what he's like drawn. Just be like, what could this mean? Can I make
Can I see?
an intelligence check?
Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead and make me a intelligence check. This would specifically be not necessarily a history check. Do me an investigation on this, like trying to discern exactly what's going on.
Investigation, you say?
Yeah.
Well, I was a 17 on the die plus 7. So
Ooh, okay.
that's a
So
big
that
number.
23 with 22 or 23, whatever that would be.
Yeah,
24.
24
Plus
yeah.
7, so yeah, 24.
Maths.
So the 24, you're able to
Big
you're looking
number.
at this and you start like kind of deciphering kind of like what was written down there, which the very obvious here is like Floof's like metal plate, not important. You're able to like, okay, so that's something to circle back to, but that's not what we're gonna deal with right now. But then the most interesting thing that you see is like Floof getting thrown off Floof going off a cliff, but saying need to go up, like need to fly, not necessarily like a want to. Because you're able to understand that Floof has the hoverboard. Floof has flown around with the hoverboard before, and he's trying to continue. You're able to discern that he's trying to tell you that he needs to fly himself, less the hoverboard itself.
Floof.
And the
Do you not
interesting
know how
word
to
here,
fly?
and the interesting thing here is, you all know based off of like Kenkus in the world that Kenkus can't fly. Like Kenku's wings, though exist, don't have the capability to fly. So it's rather
flightless bird.
Exactly. So it's rather interesting that he used need instead of want. Because a lot of
Ah.
Kenkus want to fly. It's interesting choice that Floof said he needs to fly. That's what you're able to get with your 24.
Poof. Why do you need to fly? I mean, I understand wanting to. That's quite quite the experience to be able to fly. But I mean, one day
Floof
I
is now
hope to be able to change into a creature that might be able to fly, but it's gonna take some time. Some
Floof is
novels,
now
perhaps.
scribbling with the same pen, just like scribbles. There's just nothing. There's no just it's
Ah, maybe another time. Just like sits down a little defeated. It's like, well, something.
Floof draws a sandwich, then eats the piece of paper.
Ah.
So on that last two things real quick, Riker, are there anything you're doing for this first night?
Riker will, well, he would carve that thing. At some point, just like during the night or the day, Riker just goes to the back of the Hellrider, opens the door, and just steps out, and now is on the side of the Hellrider, walking straight up to the roof, where he sits up there for
Right,
a
because
while.
he can do the thing.
He's got the spider boots.
The
Why
spider.
does everyone keep walking off this thing? It's going
He just-
very fast.
He just goes.
My mother's instinct is kicking in.
He just goes up to the roof, kind of just like lays down and just looks at the stars at some point. But that's about the majority of what Riker has been doing.
So Riker's very not necessarily loud and boisterous like he usually would be, but he's very kind of quiet and introspective in this time.
Right, because we're gonna go.
What?
We're going to
Nothing.
meet Rikers.
Yeah.
Yep.
You're
On
gonna
the
meet
next day, I wanna
Riker's
talk to
mom,
Riker.
dad, and potential 4 siblings.
Oh,
So
love that.
If we have some more time, like the next days, I would like to talk to Riker.
Okay. And
just trying to
Nix,
climb up into the roof.
So Nix, you're adjusting your appearance at this point right now. Like you're using your
Yes.
disguise kit and you are modifying your appearance. How are you doing such? Like, in what ways?
Okay. So it was like, okay, because we're about to see Riker's family, so I wanted to look nice. And I was like, oh, his name is Green Lake. I think I'm gonna paint my hair green. And so I got a green dye. And my hair probably like grew a couple, like, because my hair grows like fairly quickly as satyr.
Mhm.
So I just shaved the sides again, got like my mohawk look. And I painted like the top part, like this emerald green color, and the sides I still kept my pink because I love pink hair. Yeah. So I basically have like curly, puffy like hair on top that looks like kind of a mohawk. Like how pink hair is. Like
Yes.
Pink, the
Mhm.
like the artist. Yeah. Her hair like that, but the top is green, the sides are pink.
Beautiful. You'll love to see it. So yeah,
Yes.
for the first day or so, that's kind of like how things go. Floof's jumping out and like did the fly thing, sat around, had his thing mended. Ava had experimented with the headband of intellect with Floof. Riker had, carved the bust, been a little introspective, and then Nix, you had, done your hair, and you said you were going to be speaking to Riker at some point.
Yes.
Okay. So I'd say that'd probably be around night 2 of your 7-night ride at this point. Y'all had, eaten, had your long rest, had your rations go through there. It's honestly just been a very boring ride. At this point, you've all gotten out of like the general forests of the land, and you've made it much more into like a fields, and you see mountains on the horizon. They're very far on the horizon, but you're able to still see them at this point.
I'm like glued to the window.
So you're basically looking out the window as you see the forest stop and then the field just start, and it's an almost instantaneous forest to field, and it's field as long as you can see. And just north towards the direction that you're going, you see these just large mountain ranges, almost peering. You see them going up and over and above the clouds at this point. They are incredibly tall, and from what you can see, that your what would you call it? Your destination is kind of like leaning up towards that area.
Oh my goodness. There's like no trees.
That's whenever Riker
That's-
kind of like looks over and sees like
that's
the
what a-
firewood.
That's what a plains is.
Yes, I haven't had much time to explore the world. I usually stay in that area. So that's very cool. This is really cool. Riker, I wanted to talk to you.
Riker
So-
just looks over, raises his eyebrow.
You see my brand new hair.
He looks at it, is like, what are you doing?
Did you like it? But also, but also, so we're gonna go meet your family. Is there something we should know? Like, hey, maybe don't talk about this when we go meet your family, or any sort of like Leonin, um, like mannerism that we should know about.
Riker just kind of sighs and looks at it and just goes, well, my tribe typically looks down on people that don't eat meat.
Just because I'm a vegetarian?
He goes, well, kind of. They feel like it's a symbol of strength, you know, protein, you know.
What did you know that there is actually quite a bit of protein in almonds and soy?
Riker looks and goes, yes, we do know that. They just prefer meat, but seeing
That's
that you are a satyr, they probably won't think about that too much.
Okay.
Um,
And how should we refer to your parents, like Mrs. and Mr. Greenlake, or do they prefer like a title like Lady or Lord? Or
I mean, most people just call them leader for the most part, and or
is it weird if I call them leader?
no, they're used to that. Just pretty much any kind of tribal title they'll be fine with.
Is there anything that we shouldn't do? Like more than the normal stuff that we do? Like I
Yeah.
probably understand the fact that we should probably like not cause chaos.
Do probably best not to talk about the Emerald Lakes unless the conversation is already brought up, or the Ruby Crawlers. Sorry,
Ruby colors. Okay, who are they?
Riker's just like, they're a rival tribe of gnolls that lives pretty close to our. There's a fragile alliance with them right now, but
Ooh.
we don't know how long that will last. Most don't last for more than 20 years. Most.
Should I keep Floof on a leash backpack?
Riker looks at Floof and just goes, I have a feeling I think they'll like Floof. Because
You
of
think
how,
they'll like Floof more than me?
well, Floof has a tendency to kind of be a little brutal at times, and they see that as a symbol of strength. So if any kind of conversation about what Floof has done, especially with the Demogorgon, comes up, they will most likely want to hunt with him.
Oh hell yeah!
Okay, I understand. Did we need to bring gifts? Do we need to make candles?
Riker just shakes his head.
Okay.
He's just like, you don't need to bring gifts.
Are they allergic to possums?
No.
Oh.
Riker's just confused now.
Riot, you see Riot pop his head out, and he kind of like gives like, you can see like a sly little smile, just like, and pops back down.
He goes, we do keep pets, so they'll understand, right? It's not food.
You guys have pets? What kind of pets?
Lions. No manner of canine, for the
Do you
most
keep
part.
lions as pets?
Yeah, I mean, they're wild animals, just like the gnolls have
I
hyenas.
suppose so. I just never met I haven't met a satyr who had a goat as a pet. So that's interesting.
I guess it's just some kind of feline thing. I don't know.
I suppose so.
I mean, did you ever find it weird when if a tabaxi had a pet cat?
Yeah, I do. I found that pretty weird, actually.
Right? It's just they're still animals,
but
but most of the time,
technically, so are we.
technically, the druids of the tribe typically have pets, but they warriors don't.
What I'm hearing is
Druids
that
have
we
pets.
have. What I'm hearing is half our party's gonna get along with half the clan, the other half's gonna get along with the other half of the clan.
The clan is mostly comprised of either fighters and barbarians as the warriors, and then there's the druids that are mostly beastmaster druids that just have different kind of pets,
So
like
I've read
wildlife and stuff.
I've read a couple of books in my years as a bard called Warrior Cats. Is it something like that?
Riker looks and just goes, "No,
Okay.
we
Thank you.
want
That
Thanks,
was
you
a-
brought up
legs."
that memory.
Those are all my questions.
You can't be in our warrior cat clan at the playground because you don't like, I don't know, I never did warrior
Star
cat. I've only
flyer
just-
or something.
Bramble Star.
You don't
You
like
don't
being
meow
loose.
properly.
Oh my
You
god.
don't meow properly. You don't rise your tail with a modicum of respect towards your clan masters.
So after a few
Never.
hours,
I
of
never read
you
it.
riding along, you come across almost an overturned convoy on the side of the road. You can tell that this has been there for quite a long period of time at this point. It's been there for a good number of weeks at this point. The canvas is torn, it's discolored. The wood is at this point kind of broken into pieces, and you can see that the wood has kind of been sun bleached in some spaces, and it just kind of, as you're getting closer to it, you just smell the smell of fantasy gasoline from a Hellrider, the sulfuric smell from it. You smell kind of like the stench of death and decay coming from that overturned area.
We can raise an army of the dead with food.
Oh my god.
The last time there was an overturned carriage, we walked into a kobold den, and Riker became 2 feet tall.
That sounds adorable.
I
Little
still
baby-
have the drink.
little
Mini
baby
Riker.
Riker.
I still have
with
the
this voice.
cookie.
Me too.
I imagine you say that as you like pull both out, like, "But do it
Yeah.
again."
Right. I guess we can investigate it just quickly. I guess.
Mhm.
Because if it's been there for a long time, there's not like there's gonna be like a demogorgon behind it or
Oh,
something.
of course not. Nah.
There's a
False
Christmas revenge
Hydra.
after the water.
Fine, there's just a lich in the front seat.
It's fine.
Casually.
It's just like I thought I saw something on the horizon. Well, you look at that; it's an adult green dragon. Okay.
Hi, roll initiative.
Oh, wait, green dragons are the easiest ones to kill, aren't they?
Yeah, they are.
Ah,
But
we can
aside
take
from that, you all, so Bones kind of like puts his foot on the brake, kind of stops you at that point, and pulls the little lever, opens the door off to the side.
Like a bus door.
Hovers out, ready to fight.
You see a little stop sign with lights pop out on the side.
I
a bunch
thank
of
the bus
carriages
driver as I
stop.
leave.
That was,
Yeah.
that was yes. That was the stop sign was an addition that Floof had added on one of y'all's bathroom stops. He just like nailed on a little stop sign that flipped out.
It's spelled STAP.
Stop.
That would just be STP.
So yeah, you all get out. You see this overturned carriage with y'all's obscenely high passive investigations and passive perceptions. You
Okay,
all
I was about to
really
say.
specced into that. I love it. Makes it way easier for me to know how to describe things. So as you guys see that, you get out. You see this is definitely like an older carriage. It's been here for a hot minute. There is dried blood on it, but you do notice that there are some like bones on the outside, kind of picked clean at this point. You don't hear any kind of living noises coming from it.
Can Floof's gonna hover down to the carriage, step off, kind of look at the ruins, and then can I do a lick of the blood and bones to see what
Oh.
species they were?
point,
Go
we've
ahead.
just given up trying to stop him.
Investigation.
That's exactly what it is.
does
It's a
what
blood
Floof do.
investigation.
Can I guidance myself?
Going into it, sure. You've had a second.
All right.
Riker
that'll help
looks
a little
at
bit.
Ava. He does that.
So yeah, you see, it was a 7, so
Okay.
not great.
Yeah, with that 7, you taste that it tastes like dirt. It tastes like it's been there a hot minute.
Tasty dirt.
Takes another taste.
Flip.
Too old.
You all notice that the bone that Floof had picked up and licked of has kind of been snapped in half. It was like a large femur that's been broken, and it's not
Oh,
like
no.
been gnawed, but just like it was forcibly snapped.
Oh,
Riker investigate just if there's anything in the carriage.
In the carriage, you see that everything is still fully. What's up, Ava?
I was gonna do it.
You see that everything is still fully stocked in there. There's like still food in there. There's still well, it's past out of date at this point. Like it is rations that have been molded over. There's clothes that are in here, like adult sized male styled like dwarvish clothing. And it honestly looks like like whatever was here, it was just none of the goods were taken from it whatsoever.
Did they have the bell?
I would like to cast detect magic.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead, cast that detect magic.
And a bard confirmed.
So as you cast detect magic, you see that there's a light magical presence coming from inside inside the carriage that's been untouched. As you start digging through one of the boxes, and you still see this like glowing silhouette of this magic, you pull out a small drawstring bag, probably no bigger than a bag of crown or a bag of like almost big enough that you would be able to like presumably put like a sack of gold into. And you just see like this bag is just glowing. Not something within the bag, but the bag itself.
What kind of school magic is it? Because the tech magic.
Yeah.
The School of Magic, it is trying to remember which one it was. It was the portal one. Conjuration, I think, is what it was.
Portal.
Good to know. It's the portal one.
It's the portal one, whatever that is. I think it's Conjuration is what it is.
Can I make some sort of check to see if I know what this magic item might be?
You can do an Arcana check, sure.
While I see them looking, Floof will just guidance.
So many intelligence-based checks. I love it.
Guidance.
Floof just like runs by you, taps the back of your leg, and you just feel like slightly smarter.
Wow. My brain, it's so big.
It's a D4 bigger.
D4. Wow. It's a 1.
With the 1, so
Makes
you get to
sense.
add 1 to that.
Okay, so that is 22.
A 22.
14 plus 1 plus 7.
Yeah, given from your Arcana knowledge and you're like having experienced various magic items, you get you don't know for sure yet, but your intuition says that this could be one of the various types of items of holding, almost like a bag of holding, but you're not positive yet.
Ooh.
Sorry, I just felt left out because I didn't do it.
It's like that like toy that like
Have you seen the guy on TikTok that just goes into toy stores and just like, can I help you with something? And he's just he's like, because everybody gets so confused.
I'll just hold up the bag and be like, hey guys, this might be some sort of bag of holding, perhaps. Maybe not exactly that. It could be wrong, but it's definitely a magical bag.
I can
What is
jump
Open it
in.
and see if there's anything in it.
Yeah, you look into it and it looks like a normal bag, like as you're opening it up, but as you finish opening it, it almost looks like the bottom falls out and it just keeps going.
Ah.
And you see like this large abyss. You don't see any teeth.
Could I see it?
Thank goodness.
Yeah, just be careful. Yeah.
I flip it inside out. Just whoosh.
Literally, as you flip it inside out, you just have like an avalanche of like laundry just starts shooting out. Laundry.
Okay.
Lingerie.
Hey, yo.
Some of it is. A lot of it's like tunics. A lot of it's like pants, underwear. Some of it's little red and lacy. Like, oh, okay, hello.
Floof
my-
puts on a bra and starts to feel things.
Oof, no.
Floof's like,
Ava looks away a little embarrassed.
Double barrel slingshot.
Floof launches a ball of laundry up in the air. So as you flip this inside out, and as you're having this happen, you see a shadow. Thanks to y'all's fucking obscene passive perceptions, a shadow passes over as you see a medium-sized creature just kind of like pass over a couple times and start circling. As you look up, there's a total of 3 circling creatures about 100 foot up in the air.
I should
Does
get
your
to get on
lingerie?
all the laundry is basically just launched out by this point, and you're just like shaking the last bit out. You see like a random sock or 2 fall out.
I think we gotta go.
What are the creatures above?
For what you're able to tell, they don't seem to be feathered in nature.
Ew.
Dragons. Dragons.
Rocks.
Can I just like
rock?
make a
What are they
binocle?
Be a
Binoculars?
Binoculars. That's
A bionicle is a Lego thing.
That's almost the same.
English.
That's
is
almost the
always
same
my
vein
first
as
language.
Jay trying to say ceramic.
Okay, shut the fuck up, Ryan.
English is not my English is not my first language. A bit,
Binoculars.
binoculars with my
Binoculars.
hand, and I look up. Do we see anything?
Yeah, go ahead and make me a nature check real quick.
Nature.
Guidance.
Yeah.
We have somebody on our team that's supposed to be good with nature, you know.
Alright.
I could do that, but I don't.
Oh,
But the
And I
board's
get
already
it.
like, huh, let's see what that is.
hold on. So, okay, 15 plus 4. What is that? 19.
19.
19? Nice.
Oh my god, so with that 19, yeah, you're looking up and you see it's a type of, you understand that's a type of drake. You don't know exactly what kind it is, but you see that there's a type of like draconic like creature.
It's a
flying
big
around.
lizard.
It's a wyvern.
Oh,
It's a big lizard.
Drakes don't have wings.
It's what? How?
It's a
how
big
far up is
lizard.
this thing, by the way?
It's about, from what you can see, it's about 100 foot up.
Can I look?
Ava, what do your elf eyes see?
So with that, yeah, you're able to, with that, just building on top of what Lou had rolled and everything, you just look up and you're able to like assist her with that. And as she's like, it's a big lizard, you just like, I think that's a wyvern actually.
I was right.
Oh shit. Oh no.
Is it friendly?
No.
Let's find out. Is it coming down?
Let's find out.
You see that it's kind of circling, kind of gliding down. It's getting closer, but it's not like dive bombing or anything.
Floof's gonna fly up.
No.
No.
I'm just gonna like.
Floof flies up
okay.
50 foot.
Oh no! I'm just gonna. Oh god! I'm just gonna like try calling up towards this wyvern, speaking in Draconic because I speak Draconic. Be like, "Hello up there." Hello.
As you, oh my god, as you yell up there, it kind of like looks down and sees Floof kind of flying up to it.
So Floof.
Christ,
I
Floof, roll
understand.
everybody roll initiative real quick. Everybody roll initiative.
Man, wyverns don't understand draconic.
Oh, damn it.
I just wanted to get a closer look to see what color they were.
I got
God damn
an
it.
11.
Hang on, let me roll mine. You
Ava.
Come on, come on. Fuck!
Guys, I can roll well for everything except initiative. I rolled bottom of initiative last time.
What'd you roll this time?
Nat 1. Plus 3.
Woo!
So 4.
Yikes.
Hey, yo!
Hey, yeah.
Hey,
What about you?
yo.
I got roll 10.
A 10 and Floof.
Fucking 7 plus 5, so 12.
All right, so first we got Riker, then Floof, then
Riker
Nix.
gets to go
No,
first.
no. Floof's first. I got an
I thought
11.
Oh, I thought
Oh.
you rolled a 15. My
Let's go! All is right in the world.
So, Floof, Riker, Nix, Ben, or Ava.
Oh my
I'm mixing
God.
everybody's real names.
Ah,
versus
yes,
their
Ben
gaming
is
names.
there too. He just comes
Whoa.
out of the shadow. Is that the Gaming Benjamin D&D?
You mother.
It's the red hoodie.
D&D,
It's the red hoodie and the
D&D.
sunglasses. Red hoodie and sunglasses. We got him. We got him.
All right, Jay. So since you're up first, you're about 50 foot
Hey,
below
guys,
these
nerds
wyverns, and you
take the
see
day.
one of them has like made eye contact with you at this point.
Can I fly up to it? Like, not hostile. Like, I'm not like trying to shank it. And I just wanna. Let me see what spells I have.
Explode Wyvern, level 12 spell.
Yo, that's my favorite spell.
A flute specific spell.
Give me
I
just a
hear a
second.
train.
Oh yeah, you see in the distance, like in there, you see like this Union Pacific train just like barreling past. That's new. Haven't seen that before.
I guess wyverns wouldn't be able to understand me, would they?
Nope.
Has Floof ever heard a wyvern talk before in Floof's past?
Floof has not. No.
Okay, cool.
You've seen like Dragonborn. You've seen like dragon people talk, but you've not seen like a flying dragon talk.
Hang on.
Yet.
Yeah.
That's true. There it is.
Okay, that's not gonna
Flaming
work either.
time. We got
Floof's
flaming
just
time.
gonna. Sorry, I was top of initiative, wasn't actually ready. Floof's gonna just fly up and just kind of like stick a hand out to like, hey, we're chill, like calmly, like not aggressive at all. But I am gonna hold and inflict wounds if they try to attack me.
Oh.
Okay, so
Floof's just like looking polite and happy and like chill and
Some
non-threatening.
roast Floof down here. in
So
about
do
30
me
seconds.
this is an odd one for you. Go ahead and do me an animal handling check or animal handling skill check real quick.
I should have said I cast guidance as a bonus action.
But you didn't.
Oh wait, my animal handling's +5. Never mind.
So you might be decent.
Never mind. It rolled a 5, so 10.
Okay, 10. Yeah, you reach your hand out and it hasn't bitten you yet.
It's more just like a hey, we're chill. You know, I'm not like trying to pet it.
Yeah, so like you're kind of reaching your hand like, hey, whoa. You're like what do you call it in Jurassic Park? Whoa.
How did
I'm-
Floof lose
Quick,
their
I'm like-
arm?
I'm like-
Turn your head the other way.
How to
Turn
train
head
your
the other
dragon?
way.
How to train your
Don't
wife.
make eye contact. Just trust.
Riker, you're up.
What am I gonna do? They're over
I don't
50 feet
know.
in the air. I
What am I
prepare to
gonna
catch a falling floof.
All right, so
100
Floof
feet
starts
up.
barreling down, then you're prepared to catch a Floof.
I'm prepared
Nix.
to catch a falling floof.
So what about you now, Nix?
Okay, I'm trying to figure something out here too.
Oh god, where is the wyvern in this initiative order? I'm scared.
Okay, so how high up is Floof?
Floof is about 100 foot up now, using all of Floof's hoverboard speed to go up.
So like how high up? Like let's
100,
say is
100
it
foot. 100 foot.
Fuck!
if
I
they
can't even
fall,
give
they're
inspiration
fucking
that
dead.
far. Yeah, no, I'm gonna get Feather Fall ready.
Okay.
Just so you know, Ben,
The
just,
bird who could not
Ben,
fly.
just so you know,
fall.
that's 30.5 meters for you. Just wanted you to know.
Wow.
Oh, yeah, hold on. I think I got a little something for you.
So with that,
Hello, I'm
Yep.
Gaming Benjamin.
Where'd you turn to Tommy in it?
I'm
I don't
sorry.
so with
I had
that
it here.
is the three wyverns' turns now. They rolled a 5, a 2, and a 3.
For what?
Actually, wait a minute. Ben, you
Initiative.
had a +1/+3, right?
Yeah, so 1 + 3, so 4.
Okay, so actually only it's going to be one wyvern's turn, and then it's going to be your turn. So the wyvern that Jay is sticking his hand out to, that Floof is sticking his hand out to, is going to reach out and kind of like, it's okay. The wyvern kind of doesn't do anything other than just like keep kind of like gliding past for a second, kind of questioning what's going on, and then decides Floof isn't worth it, and then just dive bombs 80 foot.
I mean, he's not that big of a
shit.
meal.
Hey
Do I
yo.
still get to do the inflict
Ooh.
wounds since it's attacking them?
It is, and it is not acting friendly, so you can use the inflict wounds.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I said first level, so I will do a first level inflict wounds. That's a unnatural 20 to hit.
Beautiful, that'll hit.
And then for the inflict wounds, that's 3d10. Oh fuck yeah! 13. So as
13
soon as it like just shoots past Floof, Floof's just gonna go and stick its hand out.
Okay, yeah, so as soon as you do that, you literally see like this thing take 13 damage. You see like it's almost like its wing starts kind of like shriveling up at that point as it starts dive bombing, and it instead of going in like a clean dive bomb, it starts like twirling, almost like it's falling out of the air.
Hell yeah.
Oh
So
my
you
God.
all three see this at this point. Ben, it is now your turn with Ava.
Oh boy. So who is this one dive bombing for? Does it look like it's dive bombing for anyone
It is
in
still
particular?
20 foot up in the air, so you don't see who in particular yet. But it is 20 foot up in the air, and it's
Who's
just
the
generally
biggest
above
snack here?
I'm the goat.
So
I'm just
wait.
I'm the goat.
So remind me with wyverns, they're just literally just like draconic creatures. They don't
Yes.
like that.
What you know from your knowledge of like just general animal kingdomness, these
Right.
are large dragons. They're not nearly as intelligent as their draconic counterparts, like the colored dragons or the metallic dragons or the gem dragons.
Oh, okay, so they're not metal then.
Yeah, they're
they don't
not
have
metal.
on
They look just like they have like kind of flesh colored scales covering them.
Ah, okay,
Uh-oh.
so they have fleshy scales. Got it.
No heat metal for Ben.
Yeah. I mean,
Fine.
what? I would never. Cool.
You
Wait,
would
is
never.
this day or night right now?
It is currently daylight.
Ah, cool. All right. I'm going to.
Sunbeam.
I don't have that one.
Not me remembering for the 12th time. You know, I should have put music behind stuff. But that's what I thought.
I will. Okay. Is there a way that I could cast Moonbeam, which is a I know mine is a 5-foot radius. Never mind. I'm going to instead. I will start concentration on Call Lightning.
Ooh,
Hey,
okay.
yo.
Yeah,
Okay.
boy.
God
So
damn it.
remind me
Aw.
what
I
Call
gotta figure out what I'm
Lightning
doing
does
now.
real quick.
Pardon?
Remind me what Call Lightning does real quick.
Okay, so Call Lightning. A storm cloud appears in the shape of a cylinder that is 10 feet tall
Okay.
and 60-foot radius. Centers on a point you can see within range directly above you.
Okay.
Spell fails. Yeah. Okay, yeah. So I have to be able to see the sky, which I can.
Okay, yes.
So there's not anything blocking it. Cast a spell point. But yeah, so I'll basically cast it like directly above me, 60-foot radius.
So the battlefield at this point is basically
Yeah.
covered in basically a storm cloud up above you.
Yeah.
At the same
Such
level
a nice,
as basically
lovely, warm day. Suddenly, it's stormy.
Yes. So basically, at this point, as you cast this, as your eyes kind of like glow white at this point, as your spells usually do, these storm clouds just like appear out of nowhere, just kind of apparate right above you, and in a 6-foot radius, just a literal cone of storm cloud just appears. Floof, at your level and the two wyverns that are around you, you're just covered in snow in a cloud at this point, and your visibility is dropped down to basically dim light, and you can only see about like 5 to 10 feet.
Uh-oh.
Because you're like in the middle of the storm cloud right now, and you can feel your feathers. They start lightninging more than usual.
Use the power of Thor.
Floof is spicy right now.
Spicy floof. Alright, and then
Floof
I'm
is always
gonna
spicy.
call lightning blast on the wyvern that's flying down.
All right, so
They're
that's gonna be a
doing the
dex save,
heckin'
right?
aggressive. That is a dexterity saving throw. Oh,
Is
it's
it close enough that I need to make
casting
it
this
as
at
well?
Level 3.
Okay. So on that note, at that point, it rolled a 8 for its dexterity save.
8. That is a fail, my friend.
Is
Ooh,
it close
that's
enough
not
I need to
fun.
make it too, Chris, or is it far enough away that I'm good?
It is far enough away that you're good from it.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So
It's just
there's-
anything within 10 foot of the point, which would be it. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
So as this lightning
Big
bolt
boys.
clashes down into, go ahead and roll damage for me real quick, Ava.
I will.
As
do
this
that.
lightning
That
bolt kind
is-
of like clashes down into this wyvern, it tries to avoid it, gets slammed right into it. Little bits of tendrils of lightning shoot back into the ground, completing the circuit. It's about like 10 foot off from like you, Floof, that you kind of feel like the lightning charge start and it launches down. And you can just hear the wyverns. You hear a couple screeches as they kind of veer off from where you're at.
That is 15 lightning damage.
Oh,
One of those
well,
was a 10.
yikes.
then a 1.
That's
I got a 10, a
yikes.
1, and a 4.
Whew. Yeah, so that 15 lightning damage. This wyvern has a hole in its wing and it has crashed fully down into the ground now.
Hey, because it's dive bombing, if it's crashing like that, would it technically be falling and take full damage?
It does. It does.
Oh,
That's where I was leading with that one.
It's
So
falling.
it's
Got him.
with it falling 100 foot, that'd be 10d6, and just from the average damage of that, not the average damage, from like the minimum damage of what that was going to be, it's going to take it out. It's going to take it out. So you literally just see this wyvern just like finishes falling down after just getting lightning bolted and inflicted wounds, and you just hear just like a thud, as almost like an Looney Tunes-esque crater is just made around this wyvern.
Who would win, a draconic being or one elfy girl?
The elfy girl. So yeah, this wyvern's just now down into the ground, just like in an Acme style hole. Floof,
rough,
you're
buddy.
up. You can see from what you know, the wyverns were I'm sorry, actually, it's the last two wyverns.
Yeah,
I
it's
was
their
gonna
turn. I was gonna say.
Yeah, the
I'm
wyvern's
sorry.
gonna-
Thank you for reminding me that. Those last two wyverns, they actually kind of they don't dive bomb, but they start like circling down out of the storm cloud, and they see what's going up and around them. They are going to make a wisdom check, which is going to be bad. It's just a matter of whether or not they want to actually live. Both of them, one of them rolled an 18, the other rolled a 12. So the one of the 18 ends up actively using its 80-foot speed to fly out of the storm cell, and you can see, you both, or all four of you see that this thing just kind of like starts flying off into the distance. One of the 12 starts flying down towards the rest of the group.
Hey, yo.
What
So
a
it uses its
coward.
80-foot speed to circle its way down. It doesn't dive bomb, but it circles its way down. And it's about 20 foot above you all now.
One of them really just said, "No thanks, I choose life."
Exactly.
No thank. I choose life.
Because that one
It's
actually
heckin' windy
thought
out.
forward.
So how far away is it now from us?
It's about 20 foot above you.
Lovely.
And Floof, it is now your turn. The draconic, or the you're still up in the storm cloud about 80 foot up, or 100 foot up.
Okay. Lou, you still have your reaction, don't you?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Then Floof is going. Is it an action or a bonus action to turn off the hoverboard?
It was a free action, we decided.
Okay, then Floof is gonna fly because I can't reach that thing in 50 feet. Floof's gonna fly. Just you hear slowly out of the cloud. You just hear dun 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 da da dun da, and then as Floof exits the cloud, Floof just switches to dun 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 dun, and I'm gonna go lemurs, and I'm going to fall onto this thing
Okay. So as you're falling,
because
in
I
the
will be in
sky-
range of the feather fall if you so choose to do it.
It's 60 feet with feather fall. So yeah, do you want me to activate the feather fall? Oh, sorry,
That's up to
metagaming.
you. That's up to you. I'm just gonna jump. I'm gonna
Yeah,
fall
I
like
see you
80 feet
falling.
to this thing.
I was holding the action to see you falling, so yeah, no, I cast feather.
So as soon
That's
as
so
Floof,
classy.
Floof starts, like, you start hearing Floof start circling his way down, falls, or what do you call, gets approximately above where the wyvern is, and you just hear lemurs, instantly drops another 50 foot down onto this into the area of this wyvern. Floof, roll me a acrobatics check to nail this landing on it. And Nyx, you're going to feather fall. When were you exactly going to feather fall? As soon as Floof hit your range?
As soon as I saw it, just like, because I imagine he was just there and he just like whoosh. As soon as I saw that.
Still holding onto the board. I'm not letting that thing hit the ground. It'll break. But that was a 26 on acrobatics. 18 plus 8.
I love it. Yeah, that is not enough, or it's not enough for the wyvern to get out of the way. So you land on top of this thing, and you kind of throw it off its groove, and it falls the last like 20 foot to the ground as you get feather fall, like the last second after you hit this thing. So it's going to take 2d6 damage real quick. Ooh, that's not funny. It's landed 7 damage. It lands on the ground and just kind of like shakes itself off, looks around, and sees that it's surrounded by you 4 now. You, Floof, right above it, and you 3 around it.
As I land, because I still none of that was an action. That was all movement and free actions, right?
Correct.
Okay, just making sure. Floof is going to like it's on the ground.
Yeah, it's on the ground at this point.
Floof's gonna land next to it and kind of grab it by the neck and like look at the rest of the group like we good to like what's like no objections, going once, going
What?
twice. Am I allowed to
His
kill
eyes are
this
still
thing?
glowing white.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Floof will do an inflict wounds at. We'll still go first level because I think it's pretty hurt already.
Okay, yeah, go ahead and do the first level inflict wounds.
That is a. It might not hit. A 21's gonna hit.
That hits. That hits.
And then that's going to be
An ouchie's worth of damage.
19 damage.
Oh shit.
God damn.
Jesus.
Just
Yeah.
by the neck, just.
But yeah, as you're walking up to this thing, you start asking like, "We good to do this? Okay, awesome." And you just like inflict wounds, kind of like grab this thing as it's trying to like stand up from like hitting the ground. And it does not look pretty, and it kind of like it lets out like a noise of, and like starts trying to like back away from like your grip at that point, backing closer to where Ava is, who is still glowing white but can't see yet. Riker's up. Ambush predators had nothing on this fight. Fuck.
Does it look like it's going to bolt?
Oh yeah, it doesn't look like it wants to stick around with you all.
Riker's gonna let it leave.
So Riker kind of steps out of the way, I guess. Nix,
Yep.
what about you?
Riker's ready just in case he does attack, but if it's just gonna run away, then just run away.
I mean, I see if anyone's like gonna like if he's trying to like get to anyone. Ava's behind him. You said, like
Yeah,
on the
Ava's
way
behind-
behind him.
Ava's behind the wyvern, yes.
Okay, I'm gonna I don't know if Ava can see or not, but I see and I like run to Ava and I kind of like push her aside. You know, kind of like okay, it's move.
It's leaving.
Yeah,
Get out of the
it's
way.
leaving.
It's Ava's turn now, so
Okay. Yeah. I mean, yeah, she'll like see that it kind of seems to be like leaving, and will kind of like move out of its way, still holding cold lightning just in
Mhm.
case there's still a stormy cloud above, and if it does try to attack any of us, it will get zapped. So yeah, I'll just hold that, but otherwise I'll kind of step to one side and kind of just let it go.
awesome. Yeah, as you kind of like step to the side, it's now the wyvern's turn. It is going to keep stepping back from Floof, and it's going to try to take off and run the opposite direction, like run away from you all. It invokes attack of opportunity from all 4 of you if any of you choose to take that.
Bye, have a
Which
good
really,
time.
I feel like the only one that might be Floof.
Floof's
So-
just gonna use thaumaturgy and just do like the roar Riker does when he's raging, but really, really loud to make sure it stays away.
Yeah, as you let out this like roar thanks to prestidigitation, this thing you see it literally jump and take off running, almost like an injured emu, and just like takes off. Starts trying to flap its wings, but it's flapping not in tandem, so it kind of like starts swerving until it finally catches it, and starts flapping off to the distance.
Ava, show mercy to animals.
Yeah.
I mean, I would have
Right,
saved that spell slot, but y'all said to kill it.
Right
That
after,
was,
right after all this happens, Riker's going to the corpse of the dead wyvern.
Yeah, you get to the corpse of the dead wyvern, and it's it's smushed and like an Acme accordion style, but like the the claws, the if you were going to do the Riker thing and I was like kind of try to get supplies off of it, the
Yep.
main things that you would go for would be like the claws and the teeth are still intact. The skull itself is not,
Not
Oh no.
but the bones
Not a-
A little
themselves
bit
are
of
still
bludgeoning
there.
damage.
Riker will take some of the teeth, some of the claws, There's no like salvageable like meat on it, right?
There is, but it's one of those like there'd be a lot of bone fragments, and it's also carnivorous lizard meat, so it's very not your typical
Yeah,
beef
I get.
substance. I mean, if you wanted to, you could, but it'd be one of those like, this ain't gonna be good.
He'll
As
just
someone
go.
who ate alligators, it's very rubbery.
He'll just take the
Yeah,
teeth
I don't like
and
alligator one bit.
he'll just take some of the teeth and the claws then.
Okay, go ahead and roll me a survival check to get for a basically harvesting.
12.
A 12. All right, with the 12, it's above average. With that above average, you're able to get like a good number of the claws and everything. You notice that a lot of the teeth are rather difficult to pull out, so you break a lot of them getting them out. But you're able to get the 6 claws from this thing, and also a handful of about 10 teeth.
Got it.
But past that, that's about all you're able to specifically get out of it. There is like its like stinger-esque tail, but that's been broken off of its, impact.
Got it.
Yeah, but that's about all that the wyvern has on it. There's no satchels, there's no riding instruments whatsoever on it. It's just a wild wyvern.
Gotcha.
I'll just
Nick.
just start to dispel the cold lightning, so the storm cloud will go away. I'll go back to a beautiful sunny day.
It absolutely does that. You got a little bit of like a misted rain kind of like coming off of it at that point. So
Yeah.
there's kind of like a light
Yeah,
dew
rainbow.
across the grasslands.
Yeah. And her eyes just go back to normal. She just like blinks, looks at where the wyvern crashed, looks at Nyx, and just goes, "That was really violent."
Welcome to the team.
Well, I mean,
Y'all
it
kinda
was
like
a
look
mess,
Birthday
so-
to you.
Y'all kind of like look over back at like Bones, and you see like Bones' little chickens like running across the dashboard, like flapping its little chicken wings.
This little chicken bones,
Literally.
little sticks.
And Bones is
Oh.
kind of like holding a hand out for it, so it like jumps on his hand and then jumps off as it's like running by.
Wait, we have a giant tank with giant guns on it.
Oh.
Yeah.
We could have
It's-
just. It's fine.
Well, we were
Slight
investigating
correction,
stuff
slight
first.
correction.
Well, we didn't have much time until you flew 100 feet into the
That's fair.
air.
That's fair.
And slight correction, you have a flamethrower on it.
Oh, okay.
I think this one was the flamethrower. I think this is the flamethrower one.
What's the range on the flamethrower?
anti-tank
It was only. Oh fuck! It's an
It's an
anti-tank rifle.
Tank rifle.
I'm pretty sure that the flamethrower's range was 15 foot. I'd have to double check and verify, but I'm 90% positive it was 15 foot.
An anti-wyvern tank.
An
Anti-wyvern rifle.
Oh fuck, that's an anti.
Give me my sex tape.
Oh god.
So, are there anything else that y'all are doing at this location, or?
We got the bag of holding, so I think
Yeah.
we're good to
A bag
dip.
of holding now, apparently.
And a lot of clothes hanging around.
Yeah,
Anybody looking
Floof's
for a
rooting
costume?
through
Let's
trying
not
to
take
find good
those.
outfits. Oh,
We
Floof's
can
not.
dress up Bones.
No.
Give Bones the lingerie.
Floof, as you say this,
Is there a
Floof
maid
like already
outfit?
has a Floof. Is there a maid outfit, please?
There. Roll me investigation. Roll me investigation for main outfit.
And it's whoever's looking for the maid outfit.
18.
Guidance.
No.
Guidance.
Guidance.
I'll
E4.
allow the guidance.
E4.
I'll allow the guidance.
19.
Let's go.
With a 19. Yeah, you beat the odds. You're able to find a maid outfit on there. It's for a small dwarvish person. And it's a maid outfit.
Give it to
Ava
Bones.
just goes bright red and looks away.
Give it to
and
Bones.
Give it to
back
Bones.
to the
Bones, you
to
literally
the-
hear
the-
Bones
the
put it in
car.
park. You hear the held machine stop, and Bones just like clacks out there, like wearing the armor and everything, like the oversized sailor armor. Looks around at you all, sees the main outfit. You hold it up for Bones, and Bones just looks at you, goes,
Aw, come on. Wanted him
Floof
to
just
go
starts pulling
behind.
out outfits for Bones out of all, including the
I wanted
lingerie.
Bones to do the material girl thing. With the maid outfit.
So as you're like showcasing
my
outfits, you
God.
eventually come across like some colorful.
Bones a dwarf. Sorry.
Yeah, Bones is a dwarf. So Bones is like looking at these outfits, and you eventually go through one that's like a very bright like purple pair of pants and a sequin like red vest.
Oh
Bones
my
like picks it
god.
up, looks at
Hey,
him,
yo.
puts him on. digs through the pile himself, and eventually comes across like a purple button up to go underneath it. You hear like a bone snap. That
Oh my god.
Are there any vests for chickens? Is it common for
What?
dwarves to have chicken pets
No.
in your world?
Don't dress up your pets. You fucking
no,
don't
there
do
is
that.
not any chicken bone
Don't do it.
clothes in
Correction.
this, in
It's
this
dressing
pile.
up Bones' pet.
Poor
There is no-
Beaker.
There is no chicken clothes in this pile.
Did we name
And-
the chicken?
None of you named the chicken. No.
I'm dubbing it Beaker from here on out. 'cause
I
that's-
like.
Okay.
What
Wait a
about
minute.
Giesbert?
Give me one quick second, real quick. What's everybody's passive perception?
20.
18.
Perception? 18,
Yes, you're
yeah.
passive.
18,
Okay.
yeah.
So Nyx, you're the only one that sees this, but you see Bones just like as Bones is like going through the clothes, and he kind of grabs a pile of a couple of vests, puts a vest over the maid outfit, and throws it into the bag with the rest of the vests.
Let's go!
I just
Hey, yo.
like smile. I give the biggest smile at Bones.
When we're level 20 and retired, Floof just has a mansion with a whole bunch of skeleton maids. And Bones is the lead maid.
Bones is
Wearing
Floof's
a-
Alfred.
Wearing maid
Oh
outfit
my-
with vest over it.
Ready for any occasion.
Amazing.
Yes, and I swear to God, if there's ever fan art of Bones, I want it to be maid outfit Bones.
Oh my
Made
god.
out.
The first ever
Bones.
Chaos Brigade, like all of us lined up, that is done. Chris is going to be represented by Bones because Chris doesn't have a character, and it's Bones in a maid outfit.
Yes.
Love
So
that.
So Bones, after like throwing these clothes into just a regular bag that Bones had grabbed off the ground, puts it over his shoulder, walks back onto the Hell Rider, slaps the side of it, and starts it.
Bones is our Alfred.
Hmm.
No, Bones is
Honestly.
our Jarvis. Let's be real.
Oh, we
'cause
love
he serves the whole
Bones.
team.
We all
If
That's
love
Bones
true.
could speak, if Bones could speak.
He would
We're all
cuss all of us
Bones
out.
stands here.
I give Bones the hell of intellect. Whoa.
Bones doesn't have a tongue.
Bones at that exact moment literally writes out "fuck you all" in like 8 different languages. Get on the car.
He doesn't
I'm
know
already in
Leon
the
and
car.
Bo.
I was already in the car at the maid outfit. I was like, I'm out. I'm in the car.
So yeah, you three. Are there anything else that y'all are doing before you jump in?
No.
I Sorry, go ahead.
I said I got the stuff off the wyvern. I'm good.
Yeah, no, I'm just carrying the empty bag of holding now, and I asked like, who would like this?
I mean, I'll carry it.
Sure.
Sure. Oh, okay.
As,
I
as, you
don't
ta-
eat it.
as you take it, Floof kind of like leans in to like look at what's in the bag. He just kind of starts to lose his balance and fall in.
There's
Did you
nothing
fall-
in there. It's empty now. We turned it inside out. There's nothing in there.
Do I see anything inside the bag, Chris?
Floof, you actively see as you're looking into this bag, you see almost like stars as you're looking through there, because you're looking into like this pocket dimension.
Floof takes it, holds it like this. One last pair of underwear slaps him in the face.
Floof has a hiding place now. Cause what's the limit on
No,
the
you can't
side?
breathe.
No. No.
Floof doesn't need to breathe.
No, there's
Oh my
10
God.
minutes of air in there too. There's
Floof
also 10
doesn't
minutes
need
of
to
air.
breathe. So if we ever need to sneak,
bag and
if
putting
we
it
ever
on a
need
side.
to sneak in somewhere, we can put Floof in the bag of holding. That's all I'm gonna say. Anyway,
I hate
Floof
it.
in the
Specifically just
bag.
you.
because
I
because
love
it
it.
has a height limit.
Are you like the war criminal somewhere that you're not welcome? Like, are you in the
No,
no-fly
I'm
list?
saying like if there's like a no Ken cooler, or if we're trying to like have a sneak
Alright,
attack, you could
adding a
fit
bag of
Floof
holding
in.
in my inventory.
Yeah, add a bag of holding to your inventory, Ben.
Cool.
I
Then
just
we
meant
would
like
just-
if we would
We would destroy
like
that town because they're racist.
that's fair. No, but like if we would like if we're like sneaking into a castle and we get captured, Floof could just have all of his weapons and your all stuff in the bag with him, and they don't know he's there. He
I
can
guess
jump
so.
out because I'm the only one who will fit. Right? There's
Like
a
a
size
Trojan
limit, right?
horse.
Yeah, exactly.
6
I
feet
see.
tall, yeah.
So what you're saying is at some point in this campaign, we're gonna be fighting enemies, and as my action, I'm gonna pull out the bag of holding and throw it, and
And
go,
a Ken
Floof,
Coos
I
just
choose
gonna-
you.
Just
Floof is
inflict
my
wounds
Pokemon
out of the
now.
bag.
Floof,
Floof
use
cast Dark
inflict
Pulse.
wounds.
Floof cast thunder.
It was super effective. It was in water.
Oh no.
Flashbacks to the
Flip is
Demogorgon.
electrical type confirmed.
Floof is an
Bruh.
electrical type Murkrow.
Exactly.
gosh.
Exactly. I love that. So yeah, you're able to jump back. You all jump back into the Hell Rider, and you're able to drive on for the next 4-ish days as you've traveled further and further north. As you've further north than most of you have ever gone. You all know that the Emerald Lakes are further north than most ever will travel. They've been isolated in a mountain range, making a near perfect bowl with 2 entrances leading north and west, with large sprawling fields in between it. So as these 4 days go on, you go closer and closer to this large mountain range, and you go through this path going through it. It's almost like this crag was broken in half by. It feels like a giant axe mark in a mountain range.
Ooh.
And you go through it, and eventually, after a few hours of riding through this mountain range, not around, but through this crevice.
Secret tunnel? Oh.
Very open, very just like sharp crags to your left and right. You eventually make your way into a very large open pastures, very, very sprawling, going miles and miles as far as you can see. Only stopped by this large mountain range going all the way around it. As you get closer and as you ride further on, you see that there's another large cut in the mountain to your west, to the west. Riker, you know that this entrance leads to the seafaring town of Oxus. Most of you might have heard of that town. Go ahead and do me a history check for that.
Whoopah.
History. Where the
Horrible
fuck is history?
It's right
Found
below
it.
deception. Natural 1 for 3.
Oh, Luke, you are
I got it.
clueless. You are clueless of what's going that way.
I got a 14. I'm looking at the wind. I'm like, ah.
Yeah. So with that 13, you know that there is another town
14.
that way. 14.
Yes.
Okay. So you know that there's another town that way, but you don't know exactly what it is. You know that you've heard there's some towns that way, but you haven't ever visited yourself. And what about Ava?
21.
With the
17
21?
plus
Oh yeah.
4.
With that 17 plus 4, you've heard of Oxus. You know that they're like a seafaring town with major ports going in and out for a lot of cross-continental trade. But you've never been there yourself, so you don't really know exactly how the town itself is.
Fair enough.
But yeah, so as you kind of come through this crag, you see that you see often the lowest points of this valley. You see the Emerald Lakes, these large paw print shaped, just emerald lakes. There's no other way to describe them really. Instead of being clear blue waters like most lakes would be that are well kept, these are bright green, and not like a gross algae green, but almost like these look like gems and stones just glistening over the top. All around them, you see these large farmlands, lush fields, and large towns and systems built up around each of these lakes. Not in a destroying environment way, but in a coexistence type way. These homes are built alongside and living alongside the land as much as it is living on top of it.
Have y'all ever heard of that book, Wizard of Oz?
Negative.
I've read the ballad.
Yes, an ancient scroll.
Good
I
play.
have read this.
You remember that
do a
one
lot
part
of
of the
reading.
Emerald City? I thought it was gonna look something like that, but I guess
One
no.
short
It's still
day.
really pretty though, right, guys? Still very much like it. It's really pretty. Your home is really pretty.
Riker just looks at
Really
Nyx.
pretty. One short day.
It's not called the Emerald Lakes because we have literal emeralds. It's
Oh.
just
I
at
don't know.
times the lakes look like emeralds.
It's really pretty. Yeah. It's definitely the most very colorful.
Nyx is trying to
Green.
save themselves from what they just said.
It's from the Feywild, so everything's so colorful and stuff like that. She's like pretty.
Yeah, next I will say this like the Emerald Lakes color itself is very similar to something you might have seen from like the Feywild. Like it reminds me a lot of home how vibrant the colors are actually here. Like as opposed to like a lot of the outside worlds where it's kind of like more muted greens, more to like desaturated blues. These are bright greens. They almost hurt your eyes as much as you see them, but they are very familiar of home to you.
Yeah, no, they are very colorful. It's like one of the most colorful things I've seen here so far, besides me, of course. But yeah, no, it's very colorful.
Floof kind of crackles in annoyance that Nyx doesn't think his all black birdness is colorful.
So yeah, so you guys all ride around into the town. It takes you probably another like 30 minutes of riding to get from where you're at to the town itself. And Riker, you're very familiar with this town. You're in the main town of the Emerald Lakes, and you know your home, like your family estate, is much more closer to like the large paw print the base of the large paw print. But this is kind of the town that's heading up into it, and not a lot has changed since you have last been here. People are still loud, boisterous. They're not necessarily busy for any reason. It's very laid back since the last time you were here. There's not a lot of hustle and bustle happening here. There's a lot of people trading in the streets, a lot of merchants still active, but not really a whole lot of like busyness at this time of the day like it normally would have been.
Oh, many cats.
Many Leonin.
Floof will take
of Leo.
Floof will slide the steering wheel over from Bones and just kind of keep driving, taking directions from Riker. Just if anyone gets in their way.
There
You
are
literally
definitely
see-
a lot of. There are also a lot of little cubs that will probably come out and stare and point at the Hell Rider as we go
Yeah,
by.
there's a lot of people that are actively looking at the Hell Rider like
Oh my
with
God.
amazement, just equally as much as amazement as it is like disgust of like, what is that? Ugh.
Okay,
The
so
loud noise, how it's kind of disrupting this peaceful town. There are a lot of cubs that come out, but Jay, whenever Floof slid the steering wheel away, you slid like the chicken with it, so it's like sitting on there on top of it. It like looks at you and jumps off and like jumps back to Bones, and Bones literally just goes.
okay, I want to do something, but please feel free to stop me. Seeing that like there's people gathering around, I'm like, oh my god, it's an audience. I'm gonna go climb in the roof. You feel free to stop me. I'm gonna climb in the roof. I'm gonna get my instruments, and I'm gonna start making up songs about Riker and all the adventures we have.
I like how we have to preference everything we do, basically, with feel free to stop me.
Feel free to stop.
Oh my god! Feel free to stop
It
me.
really
Merch
do
coming
be like
soon.
that.
Chaos
Riker,
Brigade, feel free to stop.
So yeah,
Riker
so-
once again has his hand on his face again.
See,
He's crumpled down into it. He's crumpled down into it, making sure his face isn't seen through any of the slots.
Okay,
See-
so Nick, go ahead and do me a performance check on that.
Performance, wonderful.
while she does that, Floof will slide the controls back over and kind of climb up on the roof too, and just
Hold on.
whisper.
Sorry, go ahead.
Well, this is aimed at you, so if you need a second.
I'm trying to see if I can get bardic inspiration for myself. Another creature than you. Do I get anything that can help?
I think more cards are the ones that can inspiration themselves.
No,
Mhm.
none of them can.
I
I'm
can
pretty
guidance
sure.
you.
Guidance.
I'm up there to ask you something anyway.
If you want to.
Floof will reach up and like kind of start like doing a little dance over to you, like do. And as I do, I'll guidance you, and then you hear Floof very quietly whisper, "Pocket picker."
Okay,
Like,
wait.
do you want me to rob these people since we have an audience like we used to?
No, we're visitors here. So that's 15 total.
A 15 total, so it's a pretty good performance. Like it's a better performance than most people give. This isn't as good as your performance in Athens that you recall. So
Wait.
you're, like, you have that like in the back. You feel like I could have been better, but this still isn't that bad. As you're making up these songs about like
Yes.
tales of Riker, how Riker took down a werewolf with his crew, how they destroyed demons, how they bested devils.
Floof's got a hat and is like kind of holding it out to people.
Nobody's
Riker
throwing
is-
any money, but there's like kids dancing along with it, like as they're hearing things over the noise going over it.
I'm going to preface this just so the people know. Leonins don't exactly sing and dance and do performances. They tell stories around fires. That's their art form. So all this music and stuff, they're not impressed by it.
Yeah, so you see a handful of kids up and dancing around, but you don't really see a whole lot. Like you see like a couple kids out of like a group.
Good enough.
Eventually Bones like sees like an open kind of like a field where a lot of carriages are parked, and pulls in and slowly backs in. You just hear like a
Don't park there. It's a red line.
Bones like slams on the brakes, stops, pulls forward, goes into like the next, like goes down the line, probably good 30 or 40 foot, and then parks.
That was good.
Looks at you like
That's
Handicap.
good. That's good.
it backs up, puts into park, slides it over to like the empty seat, stands up, stretches its non-existent ligaments.
Yeah. Alrighty. So now, right? What, Riker?
You
Where-
are now in the Leonin city of the Emerald Lake.
Yep.
Heck yeah.
So, Riker, where's your parents?
They live in the center. They are the clan leaders, after all.
So, we like we were invited, yes?
Riker looks at him and is like, "You don't get invited to the Emerald Lakes. You go to the Emerald Lakes."
But do your parents know that we're coming?
They do now.
No,
They
no,
don't.
They do not. No,
Riker.
we don't plan things like this. They just happen.
Will they mind guests?
Yeah.
He looks over, shrugs, and said, "No."
Oh. Okay.
Do they mind vegetarian guests?
Riker looks over them and just goes, "Just me. I'll put in a good word for you all.
Okay.
They're not going to throw you out or anything. Or the worst that could happen is they're just gonna ask you to leave right away. But I don't think that's gonna happen if you're with me.
For the record, I'm no vegetarian.
You're not vegetarian, or
Flip
Are you
just was
vegan?
making assumptions.
No.
Oh.
So just for context real quick of city center, so like as Riker had said, the Emerald Lakes are kind of like in a paw print shape, and the largest lake is like the main paw print. The Emerald Lake, what do you call it, the center, or like the estate that the Emerald Lakes would be staying at, would be at the like very base of the paw, kind of right up against the water. The entire kind of clan is, or like the town of the clan is kind of built around it, and kind of like a semicircle formation going along the base of the paw, almost like a wrist orientation.
Mm-hmm.
I see.
So like if you saw like an aerial view of it, you'd see quite literally like like an entire Leonin paw from like all the settlements being built.
Wow.
That's cool.
Wow.
Yep.
That's pretty dope.
Riker then steps out and says, "Follow me."
So you step out of
Okay.
you
I
step
quickly
out of this. Oh, go on, Lou.
I quickly put on the backpack on Floof. I just leashed him.
Floof just
Right.
kind of looks down at it, looks at all of the sharp objects he could cut the rope with, looks at the hoverboard in his hand, and just goes,
Please, Floof.
Riker also tells Floof, "Make sure you leave Bones behind. Necromancy is a specialty of the Ruby Crawlers. It's not as much welcome here."
Bones has
What
just
if-
finished like getting a red vest on. Is like looking at themselves in like the mirror, like
Oh.
polishing their chin bone real quick.
Oh.
What if we say we found him like that?
Don't worry, I got this, guys. It's fine. I'll go over to Bones and be like, "Hey, Bones, buddy. Looking great. By the way, that shirt definitely really suits you. We're gonna need you to just stay here, just because they're not a big fan of necromancy here, and
Aw.
it's a little. I know it's sucky. Listen, I know, I feel the same, okay? I can tell that you're sad, even though you're smiling because of the thing. I can tell that you're sad though.
I'm an
Listen,
empath.
I
Trust me.
promise we'll make it up to you, and I know you're dressed up all fancy, and I honestly feel underdressed, but listen, we'll go somewhere else later where we'll make it up to you, right? And you can try. Pinky promise. Absolutely.
Undoes like a bow tie that they are like finishing tying up, puts it off, like You end up looking like inside one of like these
Wait,
cubbies. And it's just
did
like
you
a
go
full
to undo
closet.
it?
Yeah, he goes to undo it. And
Okay, I'll just leave it. I'm going. No, you should leave it on. It looks nice. I like it.
Bow ties are cool.
What
Little
does?
druid craft him a little flower.
Oh,
I'll be like, okay, we'll see you later. Bye. I'll go to catch up with the rest of the group.
at that
Floof
point,
is
as you're turning around, like Bone just like shuts like one of the cubbies that they've turned into like a closet for like all the clothes that they commandeered.
Floof is actively pouting now.
Floof is just like.
It's
actively
better
sad that
than us
entire time.
bringing Bones along and then potentially burning him in the
You-
fire.
I could just bring him back to life.
Floof.
I know,
Let's
and
not do that.
you don't want to do that in the presence.
So
of
what you're
But the
saying is the
clothes.
problem. You're saying we could solve the necromancy problem with more necromancy.
Yes.
That's what you're saying.
I see. I see that Floof is upset. I'm like, do you want to piggyback ride? I have shiny stuff for you to play with.
Floof looks at the fact he's on a rope. Just goes,
I can take the rope off of you. There you go.
Puppies.
So Floof is now on your shoulders, like rope, like reaching like up and around like your horn.
And I look for like a shiny gold piece in my coin purse, and I
Oh
give
yeah,
it
you
to
find one
Floof.
easily. Like you find like a shiny new one that you got paid with, and like you give it to Floof. And so as
Floof looks-
you
yeah.
kind of step out of the Hell Rider, you've unlike a lot of cities that you've been in where there's like a lot of cobble roads and a lot of like stonework buildings, this one's almost entirely nature based. Like the roads are still very grassland. There's almost no rocks faced cobble whatsoever. You can see like each of the buildings is built on like a stone foundation, but that's about the extent of it. You might have like a stone foundation with like some pillars coming up, but by and large this is very earthen based, very what do you call it? Wood, very stick based, still very ornate and still very well carved woodworks with a lot of trees from a ton of different locations. Like none of these trees would be like native to this area. It's all like imported woods, but it's all very like just as ornate stonework or just as ornate woodwork as you would see stonework in a city like Athens, though. So
we
Ava,
don't
you
talk
kind of
about it.
Huh?
exactly. So Ava, you would actually be really familiar with like this type of like architecture, given like your history, like as
Yeah.
a wood
She's
elf in,
just
like, other
looking around
locations.
in wonderment, just like, Riker, your city is beautiful. I've never been to a place like this.
Riker looks over and says, "Well, you could thank my ancestors for building it."
I'll put in a prayer for them.
I'll thank them when I see them.
Because
As you're
you will
passing-
see them.
As you're
You
passing by each of
specifically
these
said
buildings,
ancestors, which is that's like, okay, I can celebrate them.
Thanks.
as
Do
you
you,
start
remember,
passing
do
by
you know
these
what kind of
buildings-
barbarian I am?
Oh.
Oh.
What?
Path of the Ancestral Guardian Barbarian.
They're gonna show up when he rages.
You can tell them yourself.
Yeah. But yeah,
Oh
as you
my
all start
God.
passing these buildings, as you start passing them, kind of like walking down the streets and stuff like that, you'll notice that each of these buildings has kind of like a plaque built in over them, like over the main entrance, showcasing exactly who built it or like which family line had built it at that point, and like the locations and like not the locations, but the names of like the what do you call it, family heads. So
Is
like,
it
each of
all
these-
just Rutgers?
It actually
Really?
isn't. There's a lot of them that are Emerald Lake, but there's a lot of them that have like derivative like family names of like people moving off or people moving in, different Leonin clans kind of like settling in this area and like commingling with the Emerald Lakes. The Emerald Lakes would be like the head family of this area, but there's many different clans kind of like associating with them.
I see.
Various Tabaxi clans, various Leonin clans. There's not just Leonins in this area. There's other types of other humanoid types here too. But Leonins would be like the most prominent of this region, considering the Emerald Lake clan having built like their clan prior to settling here.
Mhm.
So yeah, you'll see like a ton of these different plaques with like different family names on them, and very proud of their families and of their families' achievements. So at this point in time, none of you have really been approached by anybody. Riker, you know a pretty good knowledge of this location and various amenities of this town, of this city. Would there be anywhere that y'all are wanting to go to first?
Not really. I just want to meet the Riker's parents.
Want to meet
Yeah,
the
this
DILF.
thing-
Want to meet the DILF.
We could
Yes.
go. We
Oh
could
my
go like.
God.
We
That's
could
literally
go
it. I just
and
want to meet the Dolph.
we
Do
could
we know what
go.
Riker's dad looks like?
Yes,
No.
it's in general chat.
Oh,
Yeah,
Wait.
you
But
go
Right.
see it.
y'all
I
as
need
pl-
I need
y'all
a
as
reminder.
y'all as players know, but you as
Yes.
characters have never.
Yeah,
known.
yeah.
Right.
I-
Can you send the picture again?
Yes, please send the picture again.
Yeah, give me a
Wait,
second.
we need a picture channel.
I
for
need
the
to work
chat.
out if
Requisite
Ava's gonna have the
purposes.
hots
We
for your
do.
dad.
Oh yeah, I remembered. I found it.
Wait,
Yep.
where?
I tried to paste it.
Repost,
Wait.
repost.
So Ryan, just to, can you give people a verbal description of what your father kind of looks like, real quick, just for the
Sure.
general chat?
Let me see. Let me see.
So Riker's dad
Here, I'll
looks
reply
a-
to it so y'all can find
looks a lot like Riker himself, except he wears more black attire. He has white. He has more white than brown hair, but he also has black streaks of hair that goes down kind of in like a mohawk style in his
Oh.
mane. And he carries a giant great axe that's pretty much 3 times the size of his head.
it. Half this
on his
party's
back.
about to fuck a cat.
Yeah.
However, and his dad is a full foot taller than Riker. However, Riker's dad is very, very physically imposing, but Riker's mom is the real leader
Where's his
that
mom?
is far more
There's no
terrifying.
photo of the mom.
There's no photo of the mom. That's far more
Because
terrifying.
there's never ever
Verb-
female Leon in art.
That's true.
There's like no female look. Yeah, I looked.
Yeah.
There's like none.
It
But
is a great
she's he's more physically imposing. She's more mentally imposing.
Yeah.
Like when you get to meet them, the first thing you're gonna find out is the mom is scarier than the dad.
But the dad looks like if Mufasa was goth.
Yes.
For
That-
my fellow party members, is polyamory common amongst Leonin households? / is your family happily married?
Yes, they're happily married, and the Emerald Lakes are very strict on
Monogamy.
at least the successor of the throne has to be very.
Very
However, the
monogamous.
other that would be
Well,
currently
he already got the throne. He's not succeeding it.
that would be currently Riker's sister is the successor.
So where's the siblings? Where's the siblings pictures? I want to see the siblings picture.
You want me to
Yo.
scroll through my
Give us the family tree. Let us see the family
Yeah,
tree.
come on, come
Ryan,
on.
this is what happens.
And their
okay? You
ages.
bring your family
Also,
into
we
it.
need their
All
ages.
the players.
Oh,
are
that's gonna be
immediately
got in.
like,
That's gonna the whole family tree is gonna be got into once we get closer to that location.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
So
Okay.
at
Okay.
this
Sorry.
point-
I
sorry.
actually
I
have
carried away.
ages of his siblings and everything in my character.
So what I'm
I'm
hearing here real
Oh,
quick
damn.
is after we finish out this session, we're gonna stay in chat for a hot minute. So Ryan can go through and go full
Yes.
family tree,
So-
so I can write the
So they can
sentence.
simp
Absolutely.
for we can
Absolutely.
simp
have
for
you
like cat
included their
people.
relationship statuses in
Jay, don't say the
just-
word.
just,
You're
you know,
all-
on
just
Twitch.
All of Riker's
Oh, sorry.
siblings are single still.
So, as we're getting into that further and further, you all kind of get out of the hell ride and you start walking down the roads, and you start, Riker, you're leading everybody towards your family estate, which you can already see as you're kind of like walking along these flat lands. You see it's a very large, very impressive kind of like it's kind of like a 3-story mansion, but you can tell that it's not exactly like this is a cushy mansion. It's like, it's been burnt to the ground. It's been destroyed. It's been built up based off of various training incidents. There are sparring dummies everywhere. There are trophies everywhere.
It's just like Burke. They've been here for thousands of years, but every single building is new.
Exactly. Every building is new, and everything just like shows its age at this point. As you get closer and closer to this, you start seeing various townsfolk start muttering and murmuring, like pointing at Riker, not in like a mocking way, but in like is that? You can hear him. And you two, with your obscenely high passive intelligences, I swear to God, I love it. At the same time, I'm like, nothing is ever going to be hidden from y'all, and I love it as a DM, but as like a planning, as like a challenge maker, it's very challenging to deal with.
Hey Chris, here's how you fix it. What's the highest person's passive here?
20.
20.
Set the DC as 21.
That is
Everything.
unfair.
Problem solved.
That is
Make it-
unfair.
Make
But
it
with these general
impossible.
but as you all are walking around, you hear like just like the various things of like how everybody's kind of comparing Riker to like their siblings, like wondering what Riker's done to like warrant them coming home. Like at this point, hearing about what their siblings have done, how Riker's father defeated a T-Rex with just a dagger, how his mother is a champion Triceratops rider. Like what is Riker complete? What is Riker's grand achievement to come show to his parents? What is Riker bringing to the family?
Do I notice that Ava also like hears that stuff? Like, does Ava react? Because Nick's is very much like,
What's the
Your
saying?
elf
'Cause
ears here.
I'm also 18.
My elf. One of my elf ears here.
because like so because the highest one is me and Ava, right? Like for perception.
Yes.
Yeah. So
18.
do I notice? Do I notice that like Ava reacting to that stuff?
Yeah, you'll notice like the subtle
She'd just
reactions,
be,
like the
like,
ears,
looking around.
like the looking around, like the ears kind of like twitching and like kind of moving,
Yeah.
like listening to what people are saying.
I
And
say,
again, like none of it's bad. It's just like the question,
Right.
like, what's Riker
like,
done?
wow.
What is Riker back home already?
I say in Sylvan, I'm like, do you think this is like a good sign?
I would say so. Yes. It seems like Riker and his family are great heroes. I mean, I've only just met the group of you, but I'm sure Riker's done many great things. If I mean, this is what all the things that the siblings have done. I'm sure Riker's had many wondrous
Yeah.
achievements.
Yeah, he made lots
Sure,
of friends.
I'm sure his family. I'm sure he's just being humble. But like, parents, they'll
I-
tell us everything.
I
Like
just
they'll just wanna gush about him as soon as we meet them. I can't
Yeah.
wait to meet them.
I
They seem
can't
they
tell
seem
if
like lovely
people
people.
Well,
can't tell if
about
people are
that.
being judgmental. I can't tell people are judging that because I heard some people are like, "Why is he back so soon?" I'm like, "What is wrong with what's
Riker
in the
has been
family?"
gone for 3 years, but they're still saying, "Why is he back so
Yeah.
soon?"
Mm-hmm.
So I'm
I
just
don't
scared
know.
that this is gonna go. But that's okay. I'm sure you're right. That makes a lot more sense than people judging him.
I know it might not seem like that long of a time. Trust me, as a wood elf, 3 years isn't that long.
Oh yeah, tell me about it.
Yeah, it's not that long of a time. So maybe it's the same for Leona culture. Maybe 3 years is not that long.
That's true. That's true. How old are you?
You know, how old am I?
Yeah.
It's really rude to ask a woman her age.
You didn't.
Got him.
Old
Especially an
enough.
elf. What the hell? So as you're having this conversation, you eventually come up to this like large 3-story mansion, which you can tell from like the different layers. That's like various different types of wood, different skills. And you see there's multiple different plaques like on each like section of the house, like going all the way up to the top. You see it's like a large training area like towards the front where there's like sparring dummy pieces everywhere. They're like some of them are haphazardly put back together, some are stacked amongst each other. Stacks of
And
weapons
Kung Fu
everywhere.
Panda.
They
Very
don't
much
look
so.
like anything specifically. Like they don't.
No,
They're all
they're
satyrs.
not.
They're
They're not
all
satyr. They're not satyr sparring
They're-
dummies.
They're mostly just regular, but there are a lot of null-shaped ones.
I
Mhm.
see. Okay.
So as you start getting closer and closer, Riker, you see that the door is kind of open, and you see a familiar father like Leonin step out. And instead of it, you actually notice as you get closer, you think it's your father at first, but you notice it's actually one of your older brothers. You see that it's Lynn standing in front of you, and he, brother,
Riker
holds
walks
arms
forward.
wide open.
It's good to see you again, Lynn. And he gives him a big hug.
Gives you equally matches your hug. You two are about the same height at this point. You're not like height wise you're the same. Muscle wise, Lynn doesn't dwarf you muscle wise, but you can tell that Lynn would be like a world power builder, whereas you'd be like your average like weightlifting gym rat. Lynn
How
would be
long has it
like
been,
the
Lynn?
couple 100-pound lifters.
So Lynn's the twink Leonin that looks like the dad?
Oh my god.
Not a twink. Very much not a twink. Like if
Very
you put it
much-
next to
But like
each other,
compared to the rest.
you'll find out.
How
So
long
Lynn's,
has it been, Lynn? Like 4 years?
Yeah, I think. Has it been 4 years?
I mean, the last time I saw you, I was 17,
How old are you now?
21.
How old am I?
I mean, that would probably make you 30.
Cool. Awesome. He just
Well,
like
tell me
stands
about
there
your-
awkwardly. He just stands there completely awkwardly, like just like doing at the end,
He's like,
just looking at you.
well, I
If you
brought
had to
some
put a
trouble."
number on it, how hot is your sibling?
What?
I would say Lynn is definitely like, it looks like their father, except much younger. Like instead of being like,
he definitely inherited his father's.
See, but I don't know if that's
Yes.
better because part of the
Fair enough.
dad's appeal is the grizzled older look.
exactly. So take that as you
There's
will.
no,
Instead of being,
there's
like,
no
gray
white
hair-
in his mane. It's all black. It's all
Yeah.
black.
But Lynn's clothing style is definitely not as like black and goth. It's very like earthen tones, very like think like barbarian or like Vikings, where like what do you call it? Pelt pants, but like no upper body covering whatsoever, other than just like scars.
Oh my god.
So
Yep.
I get do you want to come and eat?
Yes.
Sweet.
We would we'd like to see my father, our father.
Lynn just like tilts his head over, like looks behind you. Oh, you brought friends! Sweet! Skylar had brought some friends too. This is gonna be fucking great. This is gonna be a big ass
Skylar?
party.
Riker, like, he kind of shrinks down a little bit, looks for it. He says, "Skylar's here."
Yeah, she brought some friends out from college and everything. She ended up like going to school after like going on her like quest and everything like that. She wanted to like learn about the world or something. Whereas I was more to learn. You punch things and get hurt. Duh.
Riker's like gritting his teeth. That's great. I can't wait to see her.
Yeah, she's out like on town like with her friends right now, but she'll be back later. It's fine. Come on in.
Riker will beckon everybody to come in with him.
Yeah, these doors just kind of like as Lynn just like stands there, like waves everybody else in, pulls these like heavy wooden doors. Riker, you know how to get to the kitchen, right? Whoa, yeah, no, I didn't broke another wall yet, so yeah, still the same door.
Thank you, Lynn. It's good to see you as always, brother.
Thank you, Lynn.
It's nice to see you too, Riker. It's great. And what are your little friends' names?
This is Nyx. This is
Hi.
Ava.
Hi.
And this is
Hi.
Floof.
Very quietly, just hi.
Nice
Floof
to see
doesn't
you
even
all.
look up. He's just playing with his coin angrily.
I like the little one. He has a look of like, I'm gonna hurt something in his face. I like it.
Floof just looks
Let-
up
he-
and just kind
he-
of goes.
he looks
And
at
like
Len
makes
and
a
is like-
mean face at him.
He's like,
Hell yeah!
I thought you'd like him.
I like that one a lot. You two, you're really nice. I don't know if like if you can you punch things hard or are you like not punchers?
No, I rim things.
Oh sweet. We should have a headbutting contest later.
Yes. Because Nick knows she's made for that shit.
Not so physically strong myself. More kind of dexterous. I can turn into animals though. That's kind
She's
of
a
my
Jew.
thing.
Oh, that's so
So
cool.
I could be. I
That
could
is so
be
cool.
strong.
I love it. Can you do a bear?
Do a bear.
Can you do a bear?
Can I? Can I? At this level, can I? I feel like a moon druid. I think I can.
Level 5 with a moon druid. I think you're able to turn into a bear at level 5 with a moon druid.
What's
Aren't you
the
level? Wait,
CR?
aren't you level 6?
Oh yeah, you're
I
level
bel- I-
6
Quick,
now.
well, they've got
Yeah,
the
like
CR Ryan.
4.
Drop a photo
I
of the
can
brother,
roll
quick.
that.
I mean,
A
like,
brown bear is CR rating 1.
Yeah,
There you
big is
go.
How big is this room?
It's pretty wide. It's about 50. Like these hallways are about 15 foot wide at this point.
When he says, "Can you turn into a bear?"
Yeah, to turn into a bear. Oh my god, yes! Oh Riker, you have the best friends. Oh my god.
Please say we're good friends.
I love Skylar's friends. Skylar's friends are fucking nerds. You guys are awesome.
No.
Floof just kind of pats Nyx on the head and goes, "Single?" And then goes back to playing with the coin.
Ava
But then
changes
Lin-
back.
It's just single, then back to the grumpy face.
Lynn doesn't notice that. Lynn just like at that point, okay, let's go to the kitchen. I'm hungry, and just like beelines for the kitchen with Riker.
Riker looks back at Nix and says, "Don't worry, they've got vegetarian options."
Nice.
I go down to like Flip and I
Riker
say, like,
looks back and says, "You met the best one of my siblings."
I like
Not a
whisper.
big fan of the other one?
Well, you'll meet Skylar later.
I whisper to Floof and like Sylv, and so like I'm sure Ava will also hear, and I'm like, I think I'm in love.
Floof goes, flightless birds can sting, man. And then goes back to messing with the coin.
I want you to know, Lou, Lynn is not held to like having to marry Leonin and is single.
Hey, yo.
Hey, yo.
So you're
hello.
saying he's game.
He's there.
Oh my god. As you walk
Ryan,
into
when everyone
as you-
else's families show up, you'll have the exact same opportunity. Don't you worry about it.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. I think a family of Kinkus is gonna be a little lame.
Oh my god. So as you walk into the kitchen, it's a very large kitchen with like multiple like ice boxes against a wall with multiple like pantries lining this thing. This is like an army's kitchen, but for a single family. And you just see like there's one woman just like standing there like chopping up various vegetables, putting them to like a pot to the side and moving like back and forth for various things. Riker, you notice that it's your grandmother Hope. She's standing there, and Lynn runs up to her, Grandma! Gives her a hug, and runs straight for the kitchen, for the pantry, and starts just grabbing things out of it.
Oh, it's so cute.
Riker goes, "Hello, grandmother."
Riker, how are you doing? I need 1 minute. I need 1 minute. I will give you the biggest hug ever. I just need to. And she's like uses a knife, slices up like this.
One thing I need to tell you guys about Hope, she is jacked. Like she is otherworldly
She's a
buff.
jacked grandma.
I was gonna get there. She has an entire what do you call it? Leg of something. Like it's clearly a leg, but it's almost as tall as like she is. And she like pulls out a single knife, starts just slicing through it like it's nothing. Slices through the bone and all. Throws it all into like a large pot. Runs her hand under some like water, which is bright emerald. She runs over to you, gives you the biggest hug, just as big as Lynn's.
water.
And Riker says, "Have you lost one yet, Grandma?"
No. I will never lose one, not once.
That's good to hear.
If you want, we can try it out real quick.
Lou's even interested
No,
in the
I
grandma.
don't think I can live with that humiliation again.
That's everyone in this family.
can.
So
Smart
hot.
boy. Smart boy.
I mean, he looks over at Floof, is like, "I know that one wouldn't say no to trying."
She at that point just like, well, feel free to sit down, make yourself at home. Obviously, get some food for any of you. Don't really dinner's not going to be ready for a number of hours at this point. I understand that you're here to see your parents.
And also ask questions. Somebody that we know has gone missing.
Oh.
And they said they were heading to the Emerald Lakes.
Well, shouldn't be a problem to find them whoever they are.
Question, Chris, that note we got from the guy,
Yes.
didn't it also say something about the Emerald Lake?
It said it said ruby crawlers. Nix wasn't able to make it out. Riker is able to make it out, and
I read it too. I just don't remember what it said.
It just said ruby crawlers, and that's all that it
Okay.
had said on said note.
Got it. Cool.
Yes, at that point, what do you call it? Your grandmother Hope kind of like goes to the pantry, pulls out various foods to like lay out in front of you all. A very large assortment of like dried meats, but also dried vegetables, and like lays them out in front of you. Very, very just like hodgepodge assortment style. Well, your parents should be back home here pretty soon, anyways. We might be able to just hang out till then.
Thank you so much, grandmother.
You are very welcome, sweetie.
I wait for Riker to reach for food before I do anything.
Riker just Riker reaches for food after saying thank you. There's not a semblance of manners. He just kind of goes in and grabs something. Like Leonins don't eat with manners.
Okay, I say thank you, then I grab stuff too.
So yeah, like literally, and then Lynn at that same time just reaches over like the pot of food, like grabs like one of the just like a full one of the bowls of jerky and just like starts walking around with it.
And he would 100% lean over one of you without even saying sorry to do it.
Yeah,
He doesn't need to say sorry.
If he walks past us with that bowl of jerky, Floof is snatching stuff out of it as he goes by and just tearing into it.
yeah, he's like walking right back by you, like to one of the other pantries on the other side of the room, walking right past you all.
Floof's just gonna grab 2 handfuls and stuff as much in his mouth at once as he can, and then
He
chew
does-
very loudly, angrily.
He does absolutely nothing. He's like, yeah, and he's like starts dumping the bowl into his mouth, like holding it this way, like dumping as he's walking.
Monster
Oh
Hunter
my
style.
God.
Monster Hunter style eating the food.
Yes.
Hey yo.
At that
That's
point,
amazing.
you hear the front door just like open and slam again as before. And within a couple minutes of you all standing there eating, the kitchen door opens up to a very familiar person to you, Riker. Your older sister Skylar comes in.
You look like
Well, that's
I'll
something
get
we're
to
going
it
to.
later.
That's something
Get it
we're
later.
gonna get to in a second. She sees you sitting there with your friends and hey Riker.
There.
I would say it's good to see you, but it's not been long enough. She turns around, shuts the door back, and walks away, and that's where we're gonna end tonight's session.
Oh,
Yeah.
never mind.
Oh my god.
Oh, the tension's in the air. She knows you're here. Oh no.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no.
But with that being said, thank you all for watching tonight's episode of Chaos Brigade. I hope you join in next week. Well, next week we're actually gonna be playing Monster of the Week with Jason from Critical
Yes!
Dice. The week after that, we'll be
Let's go!
getting back to Hot Leonins and the Leonin dating simulator.
Thanks.
Everybody, I
Dream
can't
Daddy,
wait to see
but
where
it's
this
just
going.
Riker's
Dream
family.
Leonin.
Yeah,
Dream
I can't wait to see where this goes. This is one of my favorite arcs that I've gotten to write so far, so I can't wait for you all to see it. You can check us out here every Sunday for various episodes of Chaos Brigade or one shots. Check us out on Fridays for Rolling Bones, where we talk about various things such as D&D news, but also just media, because next week we might be talking about Vox Machina again.
Let's go.
Everybody, go ahead and plug yourself. You can find me down in the link tree below as Chris Fire on TikTok, YouTube, and, well, here on the Chaos Brigade for Twitch. Luana?
I am the witch bard everywhere. YouTube, Ko-Fi, and YouTube. I posted a new video yesterday. I should definitely check it out. It's pretty cool. And yeah, no, TikTok everywhere. Just the witch bard.
I'm next. Search AF Harps. The guy that name misgenders them. Make the joke every time. I'm gonna do it again. YouTube, Twitch, TikTok. Search AF Harps. And Rolling Bones every Friday, and Chaos Brigade every Sunday.
Yes.
I think that's it.
Ryan.
Mr. Nacho, YouTube, Twitch, and TikTok. You can find my link down below as well to link to my link tree. Feel free to join my Discord if you want to hang out with some fellow nerds. I appreciate it's always a pleasure playing Sundays with the lovely Chris Fire DM.
And lastly, but certainly not leastly, to the top left we have Ben. Now, Ben, we don't have Ben's link tree down below just yet because I forget to do shit. But Ben, where can we find you?
It's all good, my friend. You can find me as Bender's D&D on TikTok. Fun little thing. Today I actually hit 70k and 2 million likes, which was pretty
Yes!
wild.
Congratulations!
Both of those in the same day. So kind of wild. But yeah, you can find me
Hell
over
yeah.
there making fun D&D stuff. In terms of streams, obviously you can find me here every other Sunday for the Chaos Brigade. Super excited to be a part of this. But also tomorrow, every Monday, except next Monday because we're taking a break that week because I'm in Scotland. But tomorrow, you can find me on twitch.tv/Dice Cream Sandwich for Beyond the Realms, my
Yes.
ongoing campaign that's been going for about 2 years now. You do not want to miss tomorrow's session. TLDR,
Ooh.
the one of our BBGs has shown up, and he's using Tarek's old party that are all undead zombies.
Hey yo.
against us,
Hey,
and he's mad
yo.
about it, and it's gonna be wild. So tune in for that madness
Oh
tomorrow at
God, yes.
5 p.m. PST, I think. That sounds about right.
You'll
Something
love
like
to
that.
see it. So yeah, check out everybody's link trees down below. Thank you all for watching here. We're actually going to be rating one of our friends here in a second, so be able to stick tuned if you want to keep watching some fun, fantastic creators and find some new people you love. Thank you all for watching. We love you all, and we will see you Friday for Rolling Bones and Sunday next week for Chaos Brigade with Jason Critical Dice guest starring D, I think. Thank you all,
Yes.
and we will
Let's
see you all
go.
later. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.